could bask in it forever and ever. Wherever your light is, that's where I wanna be. Lifting you higher, 'cause you are all I need. You are my savior, I praise your holy name. Wherever your light is, that's where I'll be. Gave me no eyes to see the meaning of life. These dreams and visions are straight from heaven. You are the source of all my joy. I have them now 'cause of you, Lord. Wherever your light is, that's where I wanna be. Lifting you higher, 'cause you are all I need. You are my savior, I praise your holy name. Wherever your light is, that's where I'll be. 'Cause you took my heart, held it in your hands. Yeah, you saved me, yeah, you saved me. Yeah, you wiped away my tears and told me that you'll never leave me. You won't leave me. Yeah, you took my heart, held it in your hands. Yeah, you saved me, yeah, you saved me. Yeah, you wiped away my tears and told me that you'll never leave me. You won't leave me. Wherever your light is, that's where I wanna be. Lifting you higher, 'cause you are all I need. You are my savior, praise your holy name. Wherever your light is, that's where I'll be. Wherever your light is, that's where I'll be. Wherever your light is, that's where I'll be. Well, I heard it on the TV. You did a special thing.
Everybody's motivated by ego. I have rules that I break a lot.
I'm not crazy, you're crazy.
I can't be worried about, like,
Nobody likes you.
I might watch this back and be like, that happened? This is such an inconvenient time to be having a full stroke.
So, this interview with Anna Kendrick caught me a little off guard.
Get mad, get angry, like, you know, just harness that side of yourself. And I was like, okay. So, like, I had to put myself in this zone where I was, like, standing like a guy and I was, like, imagining that I had a and I was, like, in a hot tub surrounded by, like, and
You figure, surely this is a bit. Then you watch another interview.
I was checking into a hotel. Somebody came out and said, oh, do you need help with your bags? I thought they were doing a bit. So I went, oh, I've been traveling all day, I have no idea.
And another.
I picture myself with, like, flowing blonde hair and a tan-toned body, but unfortunately that's not the reality.
And you start to realize something.
I always feel weird trying to sell it because it's like I wrote it. It's so good. It's so funny. I am so talented. Yeah.
She's 100% serious.
I look a mess all the time. I will just do anything to have this conversation stop.
Oh my God, I've tricked people into thinking I have a good personality. I will kill you where you stand.
Are you close with your brother? I'm like, yeah, we're really close. We talk like twice a year. I am that bitch, so.
You're the first guest who's come out after we're done with you.
I just try to be funny. Like, that's the idea.
You have this highly competitive industry, right? An industry so painfully unstable.
There was part of me that kept thinking, like, I'm gonna get fired, or they're gonna cut the part way down. Like, I'm just happy to be here.
That your work is limited to the duration of whatever project or film you're fortunate enough to get a role on. As a result, you have a standard of behavior you're never supposed to deviate from unless on screen.
If I have kids, it's just another kid that your kid's gonna have to fight when the water wars come.
There have been countless instances where, be it Hollywood or not, a single captured moment can derail an entire career.
Just do it! And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House! Ah!
It makes it all the more intimidating to be anything but what the industry wants.
It's not authentic like me.
But yet, even if you manage to avoid all of this, what you discover is that there's still one more major obstacle.
Growing up, did you have a lot of like famous uncles and aunts and...
You can have the talent, but it's often hard to stand out when your competition was born with one foot already in the door.
Do I not have the look?
But what if you didn't grow up with the guidance of an A-list relative? What if you began your journey within the average American family, despite no real connections, and after a 6-hour bus ride?
And basically that would mean my parents would have to drive me like 5 hours to New York for like one audition and then come home, which was just not sustainable. You know, they both worked full time. My brother was like 14 and they were like, you guys can get on a Greyhound bus and go to New York City and come back and you'll be fine.
Your talents would shine enough to land you a spot on Broadway.
It was a role that turned the drama world on its head.
I'm fine, thanks.
This experience would then help the transition into big screen musical comedy with the 2003 debut film Camp.
I'm ready, and the damn show must go on.
This film, though not exactly a ticket to superstardom, would provide the padding necessary for a softer landing within the industry.
I consider myself to be a triple threat, and triple threat means you're a singer, dancer, actress.
Despite not yet being the superstar lead we recognize today, Anna Kendrick was still very much Anna Kendrick.
Just waiting to be judged. I mean, it's certainly not American Idol, Simon Cowell, gonna tell you that you were awful. Thank you very much. Next is just as bad.
There's this unspoken rule in Hollywood where, unless you've made it, you aren't supposed to speak ill of the process. Unless there's a collective effort like a writer's strike where you can disappear within the crowd, being outspoken could often lead to missed opportunities, or even worse, a poor reputation. While she isn't exactly shattering the glass ceiling in these early interviews, there is a vulnerability here.
Rehearsing for 13 and a half hours, I think was our big, long day. There was definitely the moment of, I want to go home, I miss my friends, I just want to sleep in my own bed.
A willingness to convey her honest opinions absent the fear of criticism.
In New York, they're like, I've lived here for 30 years. Get the off my street.
Where some would see unfiltered rambling and perhaps even a bit of naivety.
I got an email saying, hey, do you want to meet the president? Naturally, I said, of what? And they were like, the country, you idiot.
Others would find a refreshing honesty.
I shake his hand and he says, I hope I didn't embarrass you earlier. And I was like, yeah, you're such an ass.
One not tailored by a family that has their roots already deeply planted. She was average.
The Toronto premiere, you literally couldn't afford shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhat quirky, yet incredibly down to earth.
These earrings are so expensive, they have actual real diamonds in them, and I found that just like so thrilling.
This of course would lead to the inevitable girl next door typecast, with roles in 2007's Rocket Science,
Ferreting out the debating talent from the masses.
and the breakout supporting role in the box office mega hit that is the Twilight series.
But now that we've grown up, they want a serious answer.
With this success came a lot more attention. With the attention came awareness of her talents.
It's even bigger than last year, it's even louder, it's kind of intimidating.
Just because she was unfiltered and seemingly unwilling to conform to industry standards doesn't mean she wasn't an expert at her craft.
Here are the nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role.
The Academy would notice it as well,
Anna Kendrick in Up in the Air.
with an Oscar nomination for her performance as Natalie Keener in Up in the Air.
There was a lot of goofing around, and there were definitely days where I felt like he was the teenager and I was the mom. Isn't 10 million just a number?
Pi's just a number.
Well, we all need a hobby.
And a more down-to-earth portrayal as Janet in End of Watch.
I can't believe that I stayed over.
But then came a role that would come a few years after the release of the High School Musical franchise and during the peak of the mega hit TV series Glee.
I got my ticket for the long way round.
Amidst the booming musical era of the mid-2000s, she'd lead a star-studded cast with the role of Becca in Pitch Perfect.
Was it as much fun to shoot as it was to watch?
No, I hate her so much.
I hate you too. That's so weird.
Anna Kendrick had blown the hinges off of whatever barriers Hollywood had set for her. She was now in the midst of superstardom.
An Academy Award-nominated actress you know from Up in the Air and the Pitch Perfect movies. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Anna Kendrick.
Please welcome Anna Kendrick.
So with this stable, consistent work and industry awareness, you'd think she'd be far more reserved.
So wonderful to finally be recognized for being so physically perfect.
But not only is that not the case, it's almost the opposite.
I think we've both been in situations where we're like, this is gonna be great, and then after like a month of working with them, you're like, I gotta kiss this. Here we go.
Yeah, that can happen.
This unpolished, candid honesty has helped her build quite the fan base over the years, but it wasn't limited to interviews.
You're extremely popular on Twitter.
Back when Twitter was still Twitter, Anna Kendrick, with her self-deprecating and relatable nature, could tweet alongside the established posters of that era.
I have done a handful of drunk tweets, and so far, people haven't been able to tell the difference. I say stuff I wouldn't say to somebody's face, but like on Twitter, and it's like this release.
Even better was her uncanny ability to turn troll comments into viral content. In one instance, when an individual implied that TMZ had access to her private content, she'd reply by saying, "Finally, I've been submitting it to them for months." But there's a reason this works so well.
You should have to do a couple of silly posts or funny posts for every like self-promotional. You can't just be like out there promoting your own thing all the time because you're ruining it for everybody.
Social media has become the only means of celebrity interaction for most of the general public. A-listers used to have an aura of mystery given that they'd spend most of their time outside of the public eye, unless of course in the frame of the paparazzi. All around, there was a deeper yearning for more organic engagement.
Instagram is the place I go to be like, I'm so fabulous and wonderful, and Twitter's like, I'm a mess. I'm really sorry.
Anna Kendrick's rise would arrive alongside this transition of interest. Perhaps she would even help change the standard.
The very rare people in the world who have always felt like they fit in have become really boring and insufferable people.
It broke the norm of Hollywood's often polished and guarded demeanor. She was willing and able to acknowledge her own quirks, her own flaws.
I barely have friends because all my friends are the ones who are okay with the fact that sometimes you don't see your friends.
This industry is full of carefully curated images. There's a professional guidance that's used to help mold marketable stars. While she's most certainly marketable, she isn't molded. So you figure maybe there's a chance to make it in this industry without forgetting who you are in the process.
Does anybody want to ask Anna Kendrick a question?
See, that's aggro. That's why they don't like you.
No, I think that was authoritative.
Anna Kendrick is proof of that. Proof that vulnerability and success can go hand in hand.
How are you normal? Are you normal?
Well,
The lower the expectations are,
Hi, I'm Jack.
Having a film that's like got action.
This is Seen It.
And music and comedy.
He just left.
And this is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Not only do I want to take them apart, I want to take them apart. Okay, I'm getting tingles.
Chances are you probably already know a lot about this movie. The stacked cast, why people shouldn't idolize Scott, how it famously bombed at the box office.
For your own mental health, like, don't read the trades the weekend your movie comes out.
And of course, all these
Scott, what?
transitions.
Oh, hey, it's tonight at the.
Now this stuff's cool, but there's already too many great video essays on Edgar Wright's style, his camera work, his callbacks, his use of the frame.
Oh my God, Sean!
So I'm not talking about that today. Instead, I want to highlight another of Wright's talents that seems wildly underappreciated.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's awesome.
It's great.
It was so much fun.
I cannot wait to come back again tomorrow.
Making a movie shoot fun.
It's worth pointing out for the record, and you can believe this, but it's absolutely freezing.
Anyone who's filmed anything, a short film, an ad, even a little TikTok sketch, knows that fun ideas can quickly collapse while shooting.
I want you off the fucking set, you prick!
Like, how well does the crew get on?
Oh, good for you!
How long's the shoot going for? Who's running things? And ultimately, is anyone actually enjoying themselves?
This is boring. Delete.
This last question seems like a given for scenes like this.
Do that again, and I will end you.
But there's an art to making a shoot fun, and Wright just gets it.
So I've always approached everything that I do with like, I really love what I'm doing, because you're gonna spend 2-3 years or more of your life doing it.
This stands out because there are plenty of examples of crew members
Worst experience of my professional career.
having a horrible time on set. Like this is Sir Ian McKellen,
Just tell me what happens, and then I'll try and do it without you.
who famously broke down while filming The Hobbit because he hates acting to green screens.
It's the director and the people behind the camera who know exactly what they're doing and have planned for it over months, if not years. And The day comes to film it, and we just have to do what we're told, really.
Elsewhere, some shoots take way too long.
It's exhausting, though. I mean, it is really, really exhausting stuff.
And sometimes the director and actor
Oh, come on. What do you mean roll video?
don't have the greatest relationship. So knowing all this, let's look at some of the stuff Wright does to make his set fun.
You know this one girl with hair like this?
Yes, that's Ramona Flowers.
In the camera tests, it was like getting all the different looks.
Look at the camera.
I definitely tried to cast people with really expressive eyes.
Camera said something kind of cute.
First, you got to cast the right people. Scott Pilgrim is full of actors who later became stars, so the talent is impressive, but by casting a group of young, fun people who are actually the age of their characters...
So, you've been out of high school for like 13 years.
I'm 22.
It became something of a family.
22.
Don't believe me? Well, this is right just a few weeks ago.
There had been a group email going since 2010.
And 13 years later, it's on this very same email thread that Wright asked them to be in the Netflix adaptation.
So I sent out that email to everybody, and within 3 hours, everybody had replied. They were just in, and that just, you know, is a testament to how much fun they had making the film, and how much they like the source material, and how much they like each other. It's just like a sort of ongoing family.
This sort of on-set camaraderie usually correlates to good on-screen chemistry.
You gotta love your castmates.
Like, the Lord of the Rings cast is another great example of palpable and lifelong friendships.
Oh my God.
Scott Pilgrim has this same on-screen chemistry, which matters for the genre. As a teen coming-of-age comedy, it relies on these interactions.
Dude, what? She's totally real. Who? I'm sorry about me.
So, what can I get you?
I'll leave you alone forever now.
To create any semblance of believability in what is otherwise a pretty silly movie.
You once were a vegan, but now you will be gone.
Vegan.
Bread makes you fat.
Bread makes you fat?
So, it's kind of important that, as Michael Cera stated,
By the end of the movie, I felt like this is my world. This is my group of friends. Yeah, find the rhythm of the hoop. Find the rhythm of the hoop.
next is what I've termed on-set interactivity. This is clearly also a byproduct of the types of movies Wright makes, but everything has some level of dynamism and engagement for the crew.
I like the idea of building a specific set just for one shot.
There's no such thing as a basic camera movement, simple blocking, or boring dialogue in a Wright film. Instead, we get visual trickery.
Hey, what if we added extra struts to put them in time with the beats of the song?
Texas switches.
Anya Taylor-Joy and Thomasin McKenzie are basically switching places. There's nothing more to it than that. It's just like amazing choreography, like an amazing Steadicam shot.
And, of course, stunts. Lots and lots of stunts.
You see these rigs with like people floating and people on wires and these guys doing amazing things. I mean, the whole stunt team, it's amazing what they do with their bodies.
I'm nothing without my stunt team.
And as Wright explains, the fun element of this stunt work is tied to the casting.
In a way, like sort of having another actor who would have been more obviously physical wouldn't have seemed as surprising or funny to have them involved in fight scenes.
We were kind of doing like endurance training and like fight training, you know, choreography, which is just so unnatural to me and sometimes hurt.
Oh, Michael, okay?
That's okay, yeah, okay.
And whilst not everything in Scott Pilgrim is a stunt and there's lots of special effects shots, Wright did everything he could to add some variety, some fun to the set.
And kind of in tribute to the comics, but also a way of making it feel like a comic book film in a different way, was to try and make every single cut a different shot, because certainly the idea was that if you were drawing a comic, you wouldn't draw the same frame twice necessarily.
What are you doing?
Getting a life.
As well as his commitment to making every shot different, he added lighting effects to emulate impacts during the fight scenes.
X's. Why do you keep saying that?
We use a hell of a lot of flashbulbs going off. I would usually like pull the trigger myself of setting off these flashbulbs in time with the music, and then later in the fights, we use it a lot.
Introduce a little no blinking rule to add surreality to the movie.
And they used to call me the blink Nazi on set.
Added practical elements wherever he could.
We literally threw like thousands of dollars worth of Canadian currency down the pyramid.
And
it was so much fun. all the time because we just had the greatest vibe with everybody.
And the main memory I take away from it is what fun the cast members had, and I think that chemistry is infectious.
We'll see you soon.
Bye, vlog.
See you soon.
I think that basically trickled down from Edgar and the energy that he was creating. And we all got to rehearse together and spend a lot of time together.
If I do not stretch out my quads, I will die later.
Now, energy and enthusiasm can't really be taught, but Wright's passion for filmmaking jumps out in everything he does.
3, 2, 1, fight!
His actors are free to make jokes.
Edgar's trying to direct him on how to party like a real person.
Party people!
He's unapologetically silly.
Got me running off.
And this isn't just for Scott Pilgrim. In any of the behind the scenes for any of his movies, you can see him infecting his cast and crew with enthusiasm and positivity.
Shut up.
Like he has an insight into the seriousness of his sets.
Jog on. Jog on.
Some directors might call this unprofessional, but you can tell that Wright really gives a shit about making the best possible version of whatever he's making.
Because the job is so hard, like, it has to come from a place of passion and it has to come from a place of sincerity. You know, it's like make the film that you want to make, not the film you think you ought to make. Because I think when people make things in a cynical way of like, oh, this genre is hot now, let's do this, and they're not really that invested in it, you can tell, you know?
Let's do this.
Obviously, Edgar Wright knows his movie history, and he works with a bunch of talented cast and crew to make things happen. It's not just him.
A lot of people are saying, wait, how did you do that? Is it motion control? Is it green screen? It's neither. It's basically having a absolutely shit-hot camera operator who can replicate the move.
And of course, his technical proficiency, writing, and his knack for balancing comedy with other genres is world-class. That's what people know him for.
For the record, I am so pissed off for you right now.
Shut the up, Julie.
But I think it also matters that he seems like a big kid at heart, wants his job to be fun for everyone, and personally, I feel like that's the element that comes through in all of his movies.
Got a mustache. I know.
So anyway, I'm Jack, this is Seen It, thanks for watching, and remember, filmmaking can be fun too.
It's 1:54 a.m. and it's time to say goodbye to this particular occasion.
Welcome to Resident Evil, we're back.
Amanda, I actually have a present for you. It'd actually be weird if I gave it to both of you, so I just kind of had to pick one. So look, I was at the Capcom store. They make this game. It's a little bath powder.
Oh my
and it's
god!
Resident Evil.
You know I like baths.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Okay, so let's go back to when you said it'd be weird to get us both again.
Well,
I
no, it'd
mentioned
be
baths
weird,
to you
yeah.
this morning.
And that's what reminded me. I
And
forgot
you were
that
like,
I got you that.
oh, I put this in baths, and I was like, nah.
Well, like I could. Do you want to cut this? Do you want me to pour you a little in a vial? I didn't know if you took
Did he
baths.
get you anything?
I did actually. I actually did get her
Well,
something.
if you literally both went, if you went, I got you both this, and so, could you imagine the room would be so weirded out?
No,
if
no,
you got
it was
both of
it
us
was
a
more
gift.
like yeah.
Bro, we didn't think you took baths.
Yeah, like I didn't think you bathed, bro.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Every
I'm really
day here is a
I'm really glad
struggle.
you're here, Amanda.
Every day.
I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah.
The other day, Spencer texted me, Angela, you don't really hug, do you? Amanda and I were just talking about how you're a bad hugger.
Spencer and I hug a lot. And I give him a full hug.
None of that half measure shit.
None of that
That's
half
why he's
stuff.
giving you shit for your baths. You guys are disgusting.
Right. Green herbs.
But here's the thing. We left off at the castle, and Lady D and those other Heim
Angela is
women...
over it.
She had me hung up.
Oh, I
oh
love
yeah,
this.
we're hung up by our hands.
Oh, thank you, Spencer. That's so nice.
Don't touch my bath stuff.
Which hand would you do first? We're going.
This is...
Oh, bro!
I personally would have gone out, not down.
Oh! You think about this all the time with an earring? You ever think about an earring going...
Yeah. Oh. Old people, their earlobes are ripped.
Are you shaking? Crazy witches. Bunch of crazy witches.
You're acting like a total witch right now.
I actually would love. Oh.
Put it on my hand. Put it on my hand. Put it on my hand. Put
That
it on my
hand isn't doing well.
Look at it quivering.
He was acting a little hard out.
You think that's real gold on the walls?
Yeah. So they scanned it.
Okay. I got the scanning part. Oh. Oh, boom! Crimson glass.
We finally care.
Yeah.
A goblet of vino.
The sound effects are sick.
Shall we explore the freaking castle?
Let's explore the grounds.
Whoa.
Berries!
Blood. Berries and blood.
I would eat around it. Like that all still looks good to me.
Someone's
lace.
dress.
Are those your big ass gloves or big ass hands?
Yeah, it is.
Me exploring Amanda's house.
Big ass
So this
glove
is her
for
big ass
hands.
mug for her big ass hand.
Listen.
Here's a rug for her big ass feet.
F***ing A.
Oh, names of the harvest.
Hey! 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 She spilled tea on me.
No, your tea thing spilled tea on you.
No, look, now it looks like I pee-peed.
Oof, it really does.
Amanda, no more spilling.
I did not do
Amanda,
that, Alex.
cool it with the
I
spilling.
literally did not do that. All right, I'm putting it down. She's getting aggressive. Rats! Disgusting.
Oh, rats.
Why are you punching the wall?
I'm climbing. I'm crawling.
Oh.
I'm
I
milk.
thought it was
That's you crawling.
You want to see me do it again?
No, I actually don't.
Look.
It's a waste
I
of
can
time.
crawl backwards.
It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
There's
Look,
a
wait,
boot.
a boot. Jack, there's a boot. Oof, not well modeled.
Yeah, don't pick it up.
They scanned it.
It's a fake one.
Looks
Fake
like
boot.
jeggings, but boot.
I was just gonna say that.
You did.
Crazy. Best friends think
I
alike.
have to remember to get the lamp. Hold on. Hey Siri, remind me to get lamp.
I don't see an app for that.
No,
You'll need to
no.
download.
I just got Siri.
What do you
Never
mean
had
you
Siri.
just got Siri?
No, I've
She's
never
with
had
it.
it, and I'm trying to use it more.
She's with every.
Hey Siri, I just learned how to do it. Hey,
Oh, okay.
no, I have it too. I've never had it. Hey Siri,
I got the one iPhone
remind
without
me
Siri.
to get the lamp. Over. Done. Stop. It's see. How do you get it to stop?
You stop talking.
You don't say over. It's not a walkie-talkie
Roger,
from the
Roger.
90s.
Okay.
Ooh, mother with child.
Rose.
Get that ring. Maroon eye ring.
That's the gift you got for me, isn't it?
What the hell? You got me bath salts?
You got
her
Amanda
ring?
weird salts, and I have a ring.
Ooh, look at that. Little armor. Okay, stop.
Okay, get your mind out of the
bro.
gutter.
Just go somewhere else.
It's her vag, okay?
Okay? Doesn't need protection.
Look at the drama on that.
It's so sad that all the paintings are of the daughters when they were beautiful. Oh.
Oh,
Oh, boobies.
I'm actually loving this.
Yeah, me too. It's pretty spooky.
So I think we've got to find something to put on these.
The ring.
Not the ring. But you know what we can do with the ring?
Great place for entertaining.
Put it
Put in
with
the
our
family photo.
Take that eye out.
The music, the
So
sound
good.
What do you do
effects
with
are
the
awesome.
eye?
I think we got to put it somewhere.
Oh, sick.
This is gorgeous.
Seriously, could you imagine? Come into the parlor and let's have some cocktails.
I'd be stomping
Literally.
around here loud as hell. Thought that was ball bearings for a second.
If you were offered a free castle and it's haunted and you can only live there by yourself, but you don't have to pay rent, would you live there?
No.
What is?
I'd live there.
0%.
I'd figure it out.
Have you ever seen The Haunting with Catherine Zeta-Jones?
No
I would
rent?
not.
They're there again.
That's us.
That was us. Now we're flies.
At the end, they do the Haim dance. Haim dance.
Heim.
I've always had trouble saying their last name.
It's okay. I mean, really cute setup.
I mean, just the floor plan of this. It's
I'll be
just
wearing one of these
unmatched.
around.
It's excellent.
Ooh, let's break it.
You're gonna make sound.
So these are the new bins.
These
that
are
we
the
used
new
to bring.
bins.
Yeah. Ooh. Examine. Blood.
Or lipstick.
Looks like a cup of smooth move.
Oh, I love Smooth Move. Good for travel. In there.
I was just listening to this clip. My friend Courtney, with her boyfriend, was making her tea every night, and she found out he was making her smooth move
What
on
is
accident.
smooth move?
On accident.
Oh, is that like a laxative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she pooping?
Yeah.
It's kind of like poisoning.
It's the same brand as throat coat, but poop.
Throat coat, but for your butt.
It's for your throat, but poop.
Was she mad at him? Or happy?
How mad could you be, Polly? Babe, you made me poop.
No. Don't waste your strength.
Ready?
Boom.
Yes. What'd we get?
Handgun ammo.
Handgun ammo.
Oh, fun. A good spot to look out. eye! Maroon eye!
Get the other eye!
Yeah, bitch.
Done.
There's the daughters!
Please!
Get ready for the
What?
Oh, I thought it was the woman.
Whoa!
I thought it was the mean woman.
Whoa!
You thought it was the mean woman.
I mean, it's the daughters.
Apologize.
Don't call her that.
Don't call them bitches, bro.
Slice
Okay.
your jugular and just watch.
Oof.
Alive, dead, which would you
Taking a lie, then which you give it out.
Where'd it go? Oh,
Feels like we have to
We're in
get
the Beauty
moving.
and the Beast castle.
Now we're in the mainframe.
Yo,
I'm okay.
Jesus.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Wine cellar? No.
Didn't mean to do that,
No need to do that.
It was my first day at the castle.
Other staff were all women? Okay. Go to the next page.
So making plans to woo Mary Bell?
Kids, go to the next page.
You both just gave me the ick at the same time.
It's been 2 weeks since I started working at the castle, and I'm a little afraid. Another maid, Adela, made a mistake, and Miss Daniela slashed her face with a knife. Uh-oh.
I would
And
quit.
at night, I can hear wailing, as if ghosts roam the halls. I want to go home.
I'd be like, this is kind of a toxic work environment.
I don't know what to do. The young ladies were
giving-
complaining it was too hot and stuffy during dinner, so I opened the window just a crack. Shut it now. They all shrieked at me in unison. I fear I may be taken down into the cellar, never to be seen of again. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
They
Signed by no one?
Who signs their diary?
Me, always.
You really?
Really?
Yep.
That actually.
In cursive. But the rest of it's not in cursive. Oh, this is where the party's at.
Why is he punching the ground?
Oh,
There she is.
She's thinking of her love. Oh, but tiny doors.
I think you just started growing one day.
Yeah. Milk.
Do we know her story?
You get like little hints of it.
Who plays her in the movie?
She's not in any movies.
So then why are you calling it a Resident Evil movie if it's not Resident Evil?
Well, because this is
called-
8 and they haven't gotten there yet.
Oh.
It's called Resident Evil, the movies.
It's called Resident Evil, the movies.
What
And
if
they
they
did
had
that 8 times.
What if they had a video game land and it's like
New Mario
all-
Land.
but like the whole thing is like
Yeah,
That'd be sick. That'd be really cool, man. It's called Ready Player One.
That's cool. I read that book.
Which sucked.
Oh, it's the fire room.
Yeah, it's where all the
Those are the guys
sculptures
who were shooting
arrow
us.
at people. Here's the crazy thing. Who's fighting who, you know?
Yeah.
Justin might.
I think we gotta.
Ethan, you're not smart.
Didn't think a bullet would do it.
Light it all.
I cannot think of a more dangerous room to shoot a gun in.
Truly. You're like, cigarette anyone?
A little dark. Oh, where was that, Ethan?
Come on.
Poop.
Ah, the cellar.
He was eating. What's the easy shitter?
Smooth move.
Smooth move.
Easy shitter?
Hey, smooth move, buddy.
Ooh, this is a torture chamber, and I don't like.
Examine. It's covered in dry blood. It's called rust.
I don't like this.
Do you guys like sun-dried tomatoes?
No.
I don't know one person who does.
I don't like. I don't like
way
when,
too intense.
No one likes them.
I don't like when tomatoes are like warm at all.
I'm kind of with you on that.
But you like sauce. Like tomato sauce.
Oh, you like sauce, don't you?
Whenever she says something like
Help me,
spaghetti or
brother.
anything, it's always in that accent.
But you like sauce. You've gotta like vodka.
I'm gonna make a lasagna. I like the sauce. Jombone. Whoa.
Lots of toilets.
Bigger cellar. Prisons. Hey!
Hey! Hey, the door!
No. That was poop in there. I didn't like that.
Meds, take them all.
Candidates.
Rejects. Stefano.
Rosalinda and I'd be drinking all these.
You're nuts. Oh, a grill.
Pow pow!
Oh, that's Stefana. This is not a good place to be. Oof.
Because how do you even make them? You dry them out, but it feels like sometimes tomatoes are sweeter than tomatoes. Are they drying in like sugar or something, you know?
Aren't they like pickled?
I feel like I'm this close to getting a note that I have to stop talking about other things besides the video game.
Who are you gonna get the note from?
Spencer or Alex. I'm feeling like this close to getting.
I'm gonna like scruff you like a cat and then like carry you out.
Is that what you do?
You pick them up with
Is that what you were like as a little kid? You knew that you were about to get yelled at, but you kept pushing the envelope?
Like I'm feeling it.
No, I do. That's me on Smosh Mouth.
And you're like, I feel like I'm about to get in trouble?
Yeah, like it's like I'm about to say some up shit.
Yeah. Which you do, and then you just say it.
Yeah, I can't help myself.
And then we have to just cut
oh my god,
the whole episode.
Girly fell.
Girly Stefana.
Okay, so these were all the people who had the treatment, and none of it worked.
Yes.
Hey, didn't work.
Okay, dinner by candlelight.
Yeah, not safe.
Feels like a proposal.
So this is where the wine cellar in the prison is. Uh-oh. Yikes.
Ugly knees.
Oof. Okay. Yikes.
Nice, right in the head.
They don't know how to use that sword.
Good, Spence, good.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Wait, okay.
Yeah, I killed her.
She's still alive. Okay, these bitches take a lot to kill.
These bitches need Vaseline.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's pretty woman this shit. Let's take him shopping. Bye.
Okay, good job, team. Scary music's playing, but I feel like we're fine.
Yeah, I know. Why is the music going? You just picked up a skull? Boom, boom.
Can I craft more?
Oh, I heard a door opening. Did you hear that? Do it.
We're shocking it.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Go home.
Okay.
I wouldn't turn around.
Yeah.
I would just like face them head on and.
Hey, but remember we could do this.
Mm.
Oh.
Shoot. Someone gave him these big medieval weapons and they don't know how to use them. Oh. It's a little rude. Oh.
Oh.
Single file.
Go! Nice.
Is this all you have?
I just didn't want to waste any more bullets.
Don't.
Do it. Do it.
Yes.
Oh, don't wait! Stop, those are mine!
Angela, you us.
You does. Now I see what you were like as a little kid. I'm sorry. Angela, you, what did you do? And then you run to your room.
Ingrid's
I'm never coming out again.
It felt like I really hurt someone.
Oh, don't wait! Stop, those are mine!
You hurt Spencer.
Yeah, you hurt the team.
What are you gonna do with that crystal skull?
We're gonna sell it.
Wait, we don't need to go back down here.
Way better, dude.
Stop! You scared me. You were shaking. Do it. Do it.
Yes.
Oh, don't wait! Stop, those are mine!
Angela, you us.
You does. Now I see what you were like as a little kid. I'm sorry. Angela, you, what did you do? And then you run to your room.
Ingrid's
I'm never coming out again.
It felt like I really hurt someone.
Oh, don't wait! Stop, those are mine!
You hurt Spencer.
Yeah, you hurt the team.
What are you gonna do with that crystal skull?
We're gonna sell it.
Wait, we don't need to go back down here.
another shock name. Oh, it came out of the
Go
wall.
down the slide.
Go down the slide. You seeing a hole in the dirt? Go down the slide.
Go down the slide.
Are you well?
Am I in frame? Yeah, it just feels like I'm getting a little headache.
Go down the slide.
Water? You want water?
Yeah, Alec, can you bring my water over there? No, I've already got one open.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Honey.
Oh my God!
I feel way better, dude.
Stop! You scared me. You were shaking. I f***ing hate you.
That was pretty good though, right?
That was really scary. That scared me. That scared me. I f***ing hate you.
That
literally
was
hate
so
you.
much fun. Can we do it again?
You put it all over your jeans.
I wet my pants.
That big.
No, that was me pissing my pants.
You did such a good job at going.
You genuinely scared me because I've never seen you shake like that.
Like, I was like
shaking?
Yeah, you were like, it was really freaky.
Oh, thank
I was
you.
like, oh
Thank
no.
you, everybody.
You were like, my head.
You're like, oh, my head, I'm so sorry.
We had a whole meeting about that.
Really?
We're gonna sit down in this room and be like, okay, how are we gonna get this water bit to work? This has been a
And the way you did it was so perfect. You went,
I know, then went back to it. You scared me.
I really believed it. I was like, he doesn't feel well.
Good acting.
I believe Cassandra caused all of this mess.
Oh, the bugs. That was me.
Exactly. Because you went,
that's you.
Healthy man's blood.
I can't wait.
Okay. I'd like to escape the bugs.
Blood.
Ew.
Wet. Right.
Okay.
I would
just horny.
I would.
We know.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about
We know, Spencer.
She's gorgeous.
She's made of bugs.
Whoa.
Bullets cannot harm.
Light. She can't be in the light, remember?
You stupid man thing!
Bad.
Shoot out every window.
I think that's it. I think it's just those two windows. Now it's time for a shotgun.
My body is breaking!
Oh, you're not gonna get a chance with her now.
Me on my period.
My body is breaking!
That really made
Get away from me.
That really made me uncomfortable, Angela. What you said about that, I don't want to.
So you can talk about getting a half chub from this
Never
girl,
said the word
and I can't
half
talk
chub,
about
dude.
my
I never said half chub.
My reaction to being a woman on this earth.
Half chub is the most 1998 term I've ever heard.
And it's also not something I said.
But we
you were
know you were
thinking
thinking it.
Yeah.
You had a half chub grin on.
Your grin was giving half chub.
Half chub grin is crazy.
He was like, that was me.
Feels like it's Christmas morning and you have a half chub grin on.
I saw Santa coming down the chimney. I had that half chub grin on. The half chub Grinch. Huh?
I was like, hey, we rapping early today? Straight up have that.
Yeah, women can have a half chub grin. It's a known thing.
Oh no, you just need a smile.
Let's put us.
You don't need a dick to have a half chub grin. Come on.
This can't be!
This can't be.
Oh, that was fantastic. So,
Fantastic.
well, let's don't. All right. You'll learn the hard way.
Throat and stuff it with worms!
Oh, okay.
That would work on me. Oh man, oh boy.
Mind your ass.
My body, it's breaking.
Yeah, there you go.
Shut the up. It's just like in the last Resident Evil.
Wait, is it air that's making her turn to dust? What's happening here?
Light.
I don't know if it's light, air,
Crystal
or...
torso.
Yeah.
The is a crystal torso? It seems like it's air.
Yeah, I think it's a little of everything.
Ooh.
Cured meats, anyone?
Yeah, those need to be in a, yeah.
A little prosciutto.
Prosciutto.
Oh.
Ooh, that matches the glass.
It's the biggest wine glass I've ever seen.
That water noise
we're
was
missing fingers.
disgusting.
Sanguinus virginis.
Sanguinus weenus.
Half chub.
Turtles in a half chub.
You are a little boy. She's gonna f***ing lose it.
Dude, they're doing this to me later.
Dude, whoa.
What animal is
She's gone.
It only took.
I can't believe that got you.
It only took an hour and 29 minutes.
For that to get you.
Here, I'll use this. You guys
Oh my
keep joking.
God.
I'm gonna do inventory
She's
management.
sobbing. And I can't remember what was said.
Sanguinus weenus.
Holy shit. That means everything I've ever said has never made her laugh. If this has made her laugh.
That's always, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Bro.
You okay, bro? Do you need some?
Weenus,
Is this because I didn't get you the...
I need water, man.
Dude. Yo, you haven't laughed hard on this channel ever.
We should do, guys, for a challenge pit, we'll pitch this to Emily and Bailey. You have to do, like, the Ethan challenge.
Yeah, and you have to, like,
And
do
you have
stuff.
to do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to shoot a gun, a woman of bugs.
Shoot a woman made of bugs.
With a half-chub grin.
With a half-chub grin.
What happened just now wasn't the fact that I think it was like when a little kid hears a funny sound and I heard sanguinus.
Oh.
Those words just sound funny to me.
Weenus. Wow, Ange.
Thank God we're doing inventory management.
Yeah.
Handbag. Yeah, Jill.
Yeah, that is the new thing with this game, is when you pick up anything, it goes.
I love the sound effects. It makes it so much more important. I think that's why I hated the coins, because you picked it up and it's like,
yeah. It's like.
The most pretty house I've ever seen with a staircase like that is the Von Trapp house in Sound of Music.
Are you an Edelweiss kid?
Edelweiss.
It's like my dad's favorite song to sing.
Love it. This
I know
woman
where I'll find
loves
Amanda.
wine.
Me too.
Yeah.
And you, yeah.
Us too. Drowning in it.
Me too.
Chem fluid?
Don't do that.
Do you know who?
That is not funny.
Wait. Do you know who's drinking this wine? Mia.
My wife.
She was like, the wine. Yes, wait. This.
It's a legendary yet peculiar technique to enrich the flavors.
It's f***ing blood.
It's blood.
Guys,
it's literal.
Guys, it's freaking blood.
Sanguis virginis.
Sanguinus Venus.
Meaning.
Maiden's blood. See, it's not even funny to me anymore. I got
Wow.
You got it all out.
Dude, they've been drinking blood this whole time.
Dude, you've been dinking blood.
Whoa.
You need to be dinking my oiter.
Okay.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Pick it up. Fun little wine cellar.
Ooh,
key.
Big key.
Big key.
It's a great sound.
It's a great sound. Big key.
See, no blood on that one.
Lots of dust.
It's a really cute wine cellar. Okay, don't
really
hurt it.
So much dust.
Where's the penis?
Hey. Pick it up.
Walk to the other side.
Why?
Yeah.
That's definitely like the most stock. So I'm.
Any sentence, anything.
When I streamed this game, like that footage, like it was deleted by Twitch after a while, and I like never saved it. So no one will.
I'm sorry?
So no one will ever be able to know if I like made the same jokes back then. But I'm grateful for that.
I'm starting to see myself make the same jokes in videos.
Yeah, I don't know where these freaking bugs are coming from.
I never make the same joke. I always come up with new shit.
Yeah.
New, unique
Got a
shit.
team of writers. Oh my god, I don't even know.
You
where
wish.
we're back in the house.
So I really hate the
You
bugs around us,
wish.
and we're gonna have to.
I don't know where she is.
What did you do with?
It's so dry.
Don't.
I didn't say anything. Oh my god.
Oh God, drink some wine.
Yeah.
Do they need the blood wine to survive?
We need windows opened.
Go somewhere where we can get a window open. Go to the courtyard near the cave.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so scary.
Oh, wait, that guy, the big guy's in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, whoa.
We meet again.
He's a lot bigger in here.
Why are you here?
Me in my studio apartment.
There's coin to be made.
That's pretty good.
And have you found your daughter?
I don't know. I can't kind of handle that.
You guys ever seen the first Blade movie?
Truly here, the lady of the castle would have kept little Rose in her
okay.
There was like the globby person and they go in and torture him.
You're missing this. She used to go to the private chambers.
The very same. Why don't you take a look? Maybe you'll get lucky. And speaking of looking, care to make a purchase?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the Duke's purse.
So we can sell stuff.
Yeah, why do we need all this crystal?
I'm trying to remember what stuff I can sell, like if there's like a thing where it's like, so I can sell that.
Yeah, do we need a crimson
I don't know if
glass?
we need the
Do we need an angel statue? We've been carrying that this whole time.
So I can upgrade my weapon.
We need that.
Let's do it.
I want that boat.
Let's upgrade our pistol power.
I would buy stuff from this guy.
Extra baggage.
He's knowledgeable.
Ah, so you noticed that. Good day then.
Thanks.
Oh, this is really cool.
Is this where we're in?
So this is like a whole little like marble maze, like Smosh Marbles, whatever that is that I'm keeping word of.
Something's coming for us. I can feel it.
Me too. Like it feels like like bug women are coming.
Yeah. Oh, we're back in this room.
The bug.
Like the feeling you get in your chest when bug women are coming is like such a feeling.
Yeah. Right there. Go out. Use the f***ing key.
Yeah.
Twist.
That felt much smaller than the key we got.
Oh, I feel like I can breathe, actually. I was feeling trapped.
Look at this haunted gazebo.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Haunted gazebo.
Really?
This is so nice, actually.
It's so beautiful.
This door?
The wedding should be in the gazebo area. Okay, this needs a bit of work.
Hit it.
Smack it. Rusted scrap. Okay.
Rust in peace.
It's literally, is this Beauty and the Beast house? I'm not kidding.
Yeah. That'd be really funny if this was just... Oh!
What are you doing? What are you doing?
These are her quarters. These are her quarters. Rose is in her quarters.
Yeah, but...
I genuinely just got so excited. The baby's in here.
We want to be in the light.
I want to follow her, bro.
Yeah, we want to be in the light.
We want to get the baby and run. Chem fluid. Got it.
The sounds are so much better in this one.
Everything is better.
Yeah. They got money. Like, this is a rich one. Hit that, hit that.
We're the loudest sound of
be
all
quiet.
time. Softly breaks vase.
I would call this gaudy.
Done to my daughter!
Oh.
She's bad. Now we killed the daughter.
Sorry, lady.
Well, you have our daughter, so tit
Your
for
daughter
tat.
was crazy.
You guys ever been to Versailles?
No. Blood pool. Love that.
Yeah, the Ryan Gosling movie, Ryan Reynolds. That was.
Oh, we're in it!
I whiffed it.
You did.
Women are blind to male advances, but the poor shall take their chances to give the Lord their bounty sown, so that the wine may flow. And...
So that soon.
It's a.
You kind of butchered that.
It's a riddle.
It's us.
It's a
Over there.
riddle. Yeah.
Us.
3 white boys, 3 quirked up white boys.
Nah.
So what did they say?
Male advances.
Women are blind to male advances, so she should be looking away. She shouldn't even be looking at them.
Oh, is that a thing with the eyes again?
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyways, I started spinning the woman.
Oh my God, you're so right. And then what's the other thing? Something about
Blind to
drinking
male
the blood?
advances.
So the poor shall take their chances to give the Lord their bounty sown.
So that the
soon
wine may flow. The poor, it's those guys. Those guys are poor.
So make those guys
Go
poor.
back to the poor guys, because they have wine.
These aren't the poor guys.
No, literally, right here. See the wine?
These are the men who are trying to advance on the...
Yeah, and she's turned to the
never mind.
side.
Okay, then.
So now we just
So
need...
maybe
He's not poor.
No, he's the Lord. Maybe he's over there and she's trying to get his attention.
Okay.
Yes, because he has money and she...
So who's poor here?
We are.
We are.
No.
Whoa.
The fondue's done.
Ew.
It's not even open yet. Oh, we're so back.
Shit. If our daughter's down here, oh, I can't.
I don't even want her anymore.
No, that's not what I was
She's probably like
gonna
grown
say.
up. She's probably talking and shit.
That's not what I was gonna say.
I'm like an animal. It's like like when an animal gets like someone touches their kid. It's like I don't want that anymore.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Oof. Oof. That's why we got Amanda sitting in back there.
Torture chair. That's me. Keep me alive.
What the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna freak out.
Yuck. Yuck.
Someone's definitely come out of this.
How can you just live in a house with this underneath it?
What's why?
It's blood.
What is that?
Something's there. Oh. Yep, knew it.
Okay.
Meal prep.
I like I can hear Ethan breathing.
Ethan breathing?
Ethan breathing.
He said that right?
Yeah.
I like you can hear
I can hear Ethan breathing.
Okay. Oh.
Down. Go home.
Okay, my all knife run is not working. Oh, is it a lad?
It is a lad.
Woo! Diving in the pool.
Biles. Here we go.
Diving in. Think I'd rather live in the prison than this area.
This is so much cooler than the swamp.
Literally. But it's like medieval.
Yeah.
Feels fantastical, whereas the other one feels like sad.
I'm like, we're this close to Cinderella coming out.
Yeah, and
This
that's what I
close.
like. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Old.
We haven't seen the last of those guys.
Ooh. So they can breathe underwater? What is happening over here?
You good?
Yeah, I'm just trying. You know when you have to like get your blanket going? And it like takes a second.
Oh, it's like...
What's happening?
It's like curved. What the f***?
My fat ass curved my blanket.
My fat ass curved my blanket.
Whoa.
Gotta be sure.
It has no legs. Why shoot it?
Fish.
Who lights these candles every day?
I think they just stay lit.
The boots.
The fake boots. Boots the house. Boots the basement.
Boost.
Has anyone ever done that?
Boost the basement.
Boots the basement.
What are you guys talking about?
Boots the basement.
What's that mean?
Nothing.
You have to ask.
What's boost the house mean?
I don't
Oh, you haven't heard that? Even I heard that. Boots the house down.
Are they making shit up? Boots the house? I can tell your guys' faces when you're making shit up. And you're all coming
Oh, it's
together.
real. Come on. Boots the house down.
I saw James laugh.
It's a thing.
Maybe you are straight, bro.
Boots the house?
Even I know that. That's so cool that I know that and you don't. I feel good.
Honestly, this would be a really funny thing if we like somehow locked in on Boots the House, like as something we made up.
That's what I thought you guys were doing.
No.
What is it from?
Life.
It's from just lived experience,
Will
bro.
you cut this whole part out so it doesn't look like I'm dumb?
No, keep it. Keep it. This is literally my life. Keep it.
This is my life.
It happens to me every day.
Living.
I am living.
I want to get out of the blood shit.
Yeah, me too.
Guys, I'm actually done with the blood.
Wait, go. Stairs.
Go.
Oh, come on. Let us through. Just. Yeah, let us through.
Oh, put your f***ing legs together. You stupid, ugly
What do you say
whore.
we get out of here?
Let's go.
What do you say we...
Yeah.
Bing.
He goes,
La, la, yeah.
the veranda!
love this area.
Gorgeous.
That's
It feels
where you have
nice to
your
go
coffee.
outside.
Yeah, it
Mother
feels really
veranda.
good. Nice.
Oof, they're doing this to me later.
Bear rug.
Oh.
God, you got a lot of coins. Hello? Oh, careful. What are you doing?
When I'm in a dumbass competition, my competition's Ethan.
Whoa.
Oh my God, is she naked? Okay.
Oh, she has so many of the same dress, but yet they're all dirty. Are you gonna pick up the phone or?
So, hello, or?
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him...
Ethan's like...
No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony.
The ceremony.
I won't let you down.
Whoa!
Whoa! To hell with the ceremony! That man will pay for what he's done.
Let's take a chill pill.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was a cute little vanity.
Let's take a throat coat.
Let's
Take a smooth move.
Let's take a smooth move. Let's take a throat coat.
Nice. Smash the vase while we're at it.
That was a weak.
Yeah. Is there any way to get in the room or? Oh, that thing is really scary because if
no baby in
baby. There's a baby.
Wasn't Rose supposed to be in her quarters? Examine.
Rose,
where are you?
Damn ass big key.
Big key, big lady.
A big lady like you needs a big key. Examine.
We were all called by Mother Miranda to decide the fate of the child's father. Just thinking of that family makes me. Just thinking of that family make me.
Shane reading Reddit stories.
Take that back, Shane.
Just thinking of that family meeting makes me
Shane,
shudder.
can we actually get that line one more time?
Yeah, it's always Emily going, oh, can we get that clear? Okay. To think I am treated like a sister to these especially Heisenberg.
Miscreants.
That riffraff would know. I don't know.
We would have been done.
I need a drink. Yeah, I'll hear.
Why does she treat me the same as them?
I need a drink.
She gave me this castle, obedient daughters, everlasting life. Did she not? Am I not
read
her favorite? Am I not
Did you think
special?
I organically said I needed a drink?
No, you did.
I thought you organically said that.
You organically said that. Then I turned the page and it said, I need a drink.
No, she read it.
Don't do this. Show the clip. I go through it.
Don't make
I need
her
a drink.
crazy.
That riffraff would know. I don't know.
We would have been done.
I need a drink. Yeah, I'll hear.
Why does she treat?
I didn't. Did I change the page yet?
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. Alexina's saying no. You literally just said I need a drink.
I'm not doing this again. We have to go back to the footage. That riffraff would know. I don't know.
We would have been done.
I need a drink. Yeah, I'll hear.
Why does she treat clothes?
I wouldn't go organically say I need a drink.
That is something you would organically say.
No, I saw it. I went, I need a drink.
Okay. We'll settle it in post.
I love that she's still looking at them like she's trying to get them on her side.
We'll settle it in the remix.
Whoa.
Settle it on the remix track. That's so funny.
So Lady D only has 2 dresses.
Well, there's probably more in the
You saw
boudoir.
that I need a drink and I wanted to go, and we had to go back to footage and then they checking it out. During Resident Evil number 8 with Lady T, I had you rebuy the footage and we went back to it. I said you knew.
Oh, whoa.
Boobs.
All this for a child.
Boobies.
What the hell do?
Hey!
You ungrateful, selfish wretch! You come into my house. You lay your filthy man hands on my daughters. And
They were
now
bugs.
You try to steal.
There were bugs, dude.
Oh.
We're back in the blood cellar.
No. Because I will hunt you. And I will break you.
Why didn't she just take him then?
I know.
I think she has a flair for the dramatics.
Do your worst.
Do your worst. Yuck. I don't want to be back in this room.
Back in the... Bro, go down the
Go down
slide.
here. Wait, what are you doing? Go down there.
I'm looting. Hold your horses, I'm looting.
He's looting.
That way.
Okay, that's
She's
it
like,
now.
she'll never, she can't get me down here.
Crawling.
in my skin.
You know the world's longest slide is 45 minutes long?
What? You made that up.
No, look it up.
Dude.
That actually sounds like a
Did you
nightmare.
seriously just boots the house?
Boots the house
Look
down.
it up. I bet there's a longer one now.
They have since created a longer slide. Until someone builds an even longer slide.
There you
That
go.
was the Oppenheimer joke.
Oof.
Boy movies, am I right?
Oof. We're in a new location.
45 minutes, you see it?
No, I'm not seeing it. Where did you hear that?
On our slides. On our having
Hey
fun
Siri.
playing.
Hey Siri, show me the 45-minute long slide.
Dude, I don't think you know how to use Siri, bro.
End.
No timer set.
No, that
She's
wasn't.
not aligned with you.
How do you turn her?
Okay,
Hey,
the slide is the equivalent of...
I'm gonna find it. Hey Siri, Google search the slide.
I can make
that is
any slide 45 minutes long if I went down it f***ing slowly enough, dude.
I found this on the web for the slide that is 45. Check it out.
Okay, these are literally
minutes.
guns for sale. You somehow wound up with buying a 1911 and a Glock
And that's what's
slide.
wrong with America. I can try to look for a slide and find a gun.
Yeah, that's so true.
Oh wait, guys, you want to see my favorite part of the game?
Yeah. What? Those are my hands?
Before you ask.
Those are my hands?
You guys touch you like ribbons?
That's your favorite part of the game?
It's his delayed reaction.
I mean, that was crazy.
Oh shit! Watch this. Think
Watch
I'm
this
done with
space.
that shit?
Put it back on, put water on top of it. Make it stick.
Low key. Where is she?
Jump, jump.
Oh.
Jump, jump.
She's big as hell, dude. Oh, she's big as hell. She's coming.
Hey Siri, Google search the slide that is 45 minutes long. End Siri.
End Siri.
Okay.
End
I found
Siri.
this on the web for the slide that is 45 minutes long and Siri. Check it out.
And
They're showing me a timer for 45 minutes.
Angela, I'm reading the world's tallest indoor slide is just 45 minutes from New York City. I think you read the article.
Hey, dude, what if you took the slide there?
The biggest slide is a 45-minute drive from New York City.
Don't look up 45-minute slide. Look up longest slide in the world.
I did, it's only 4 minutes.
Look at her. This is Amanda when I see you.
Wow, that's
Mask of Sorrow. That's
What am I talking about? No, I watched.
I like that 45 minutes. It's just like that's not a measurement of like length.
I watched. Don't tell me this hand goes back. Shut the fuck up! Me when I find the 45-minute slide.
God. The gazebo.
We're right back in
This
the
is
courtyard.
what's underneath the gazebo.
We're underneath
This is
it.
the longest slide ever.
I saw it on a morning program, a Sunday morning program.
A morning program.
A morning program. A morning program.
A morning program.
What's our job now?
Escape the castle.
I hate to be Ian and pull this shit up during a video, but
you're
45
doing
minutes.
it.
Too late. I actually don't really know where to go.
I typed in world's longest slice.
You Italian. Oh boy, it's delicious.
It's 45 bites. That must have been what I was watching.
Angela, get off.
This is the guy going to the slide.
Get off.
44 million views.
44 million slides?
This is your only slide video you get to watch when your phone has to be around.
Now Alex.
Please let me watch slide videos,
Now
please.
Alex is mad at you.
Please. Phone privileges.
Now Alex is mad at you. You got your wish.
I'm just running through these guys.
It's okay, Spencer. I'm here with you. I'm watching.
The top comment is, let's be honest, none of you searched for this. I did.
Oh, guys, go down that slide. Where was it? Oh, somewhere out here.
Okay, no more blood.
Yeah, thank God. Wait, I gotta stretch my foot.
Is it time for you to straddle me instead of
Honestly, it might be. It literally might be. I'm gonna bring this foot all the way up here.
Here, let me just take my dogs out. Do a little, what was that drug called? Hog?
So flying is hard. I'm just so tall, long.
Do you do aisle seats?
I only do aisle seats. Always.
I think I'm just
Stay in the light. Oh, this feels good.
Oh, that feels good, brother.
Brother.
Woo!
What now? What if this was down? Like going down as a slide.
Are you guys looking like, I feel like you only looked for in America. Because the one I found is in Malaysia.
No.
Yeah,
There's another one 45
You
minutes
must
from, Birmingham.
stop.
Stop looking up 45.
Why not?
Because that's what it's bringing you. Look up longest slides.
We did.
I feel like this is the issue.
There
We
is
can't
an
have other people in
hour-long
this room.
slide.
We can't have other people in this room when we play.
An hour?
I'm sorry, I told myself to drop it.
You got to.
When do we get the rest of
Yeah,
our
when do we
fingers?
get our 2 fingers back?
Looks like it's been ages.
It's been f***ing medieval ages. Medieval ages. I'm having a seizure.
When do we get finger back? We need to do something with these. We need to get like 4 things to put.
Wait.
More eyes.
Face?
Oh, we have the mask of
Yeah.
sorrow.
There we go.
So that was one of the 4 masks.
Okay, why didn't you?
Okay, we need the rest. Once we get them all.
Yeah, we need to get them up, catch them all.
Trying to work up my appetite, are you?
Oh my God.
Not bug girl. The bugs are a woman.
It's
Hey,
a
bud.
pleasure to see you safe. How worth it?
It was bad.
Not good.
No sign
Does he have masks?
He might.
So sorry it turned out that way.
Oh, gee whiz.
You'll
I feel like
find
if he
your
grew
way
out
to
his
her
hair a
once
little
you're
bit,
out
it
of
would
this
be a better
castle.
look.
Do you have need of anything?
I actually like
for
seeing
the
his
road
ears.
ahead?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you guys thinking like a?
Are you bringing up the slide?
Hey then.
The longest slide.
Because wait, hold on. What I just realized is I should have specified.
For 40?
No, because I don't know. On the program, they talked about how long it is, and then it's longer than 30 minutes on the program.
The program? How old
I hate to
are
pull out
you?
my phone. Well,
I hate to
pull out my phone in a time where my daughter's lost.
Wait,
but I
that's a
have to look for this.
I don't think so.
You have to stop.
Here we go.
Water slide.
Grab that mask, bitch.
How many more do we need?
They're doing this to me.
3
lately.
more.
Whoa, that was
Sexy. It was a mask of pleasure. And you can only find pleasure when you're upside down with 4.
Maybe it was a non-water slide. And just a slide.
Angela, you have to
You have
stop.
to. If you love
You
her,
were
let her
wrong.
go.
And she will come back. Free her. Let her go. Let her fly. Have to stop.
I was worried my sisters had gotten
Out the buggies.
No.
Oh.
Giving me Louisiana. Oh, yeah,
right back.
right
Shoot you right back.
Pop that open. Pop that open.
Yeah, stop. Pop it open. Pop that window.
Pop it open. Pop it open.
Pop Americano. Pump it.
You ruined the hunt!
The Ethan hunt.
Oh, okay. All right. Now you're really letting her win.
She gets on a broom. It's me.
She is giving, is it not Sarah Michelle Gellar? No, what's her name?
Adina?
Sex and the City, Hocus Pocus.
Oh,
Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah.
What's her real name?
Sarah
Carrie Bradshaw.
Okay. What?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker. I knew it was 3 names.
Oh, we got her.
Here she comes. Ready? That's gonna fall apart.
Boom.
Crystal Torso. Pick it up.
Grab. I think we have everything. We have the mask, we have the crystal torsos, we have it all. Guys, thank you for bearing with us. We had some technical issues, and now we're back.
And now we're back, and we had to change our shirts because it's another day.
Yeah. And I wore the same shirt because I'm a jackass.
Yeah. You were gonna wear that jacket anyways.
Hey,
I
look.
forgot. I remember saying I won't forget, and then I forgot.
It's okay. Okay, we're looking for masks.
We're looking
right?
for the 4 masks.
Yes, and we have like 2.
And we have like 2.
We have like 2.
And also,
it won't open as is.
this is so fun.
I am loving this way more than Louisiana. Sorry to anyone who lives in Louisiana. It's probably awesome.
But whoever lives here,
hey, that
like
mask?
Is that a
sacrilegious,
tub?
bro. Oh, this is
That's for holy water when you're
It's a
praying.
sink.
That's for washing your balls.
Really?
Yeah,
Doesn't
we
seem
back.
Right. Like that feels like hard to put your balls just right
That
on
feels
the edge, and then
really
you have
easy
like,
to.
Well, you have. It's different for you.
Your lab.
It's very hard to
That
wash
was
a leg
that was
in that.
crude. I am sorry about that, y'all.
Y'all are seeing how Spencer really is. Your labe, half chub grin. Don't forget that.
Half chub grin was crazy.
Half chub
Look.
grin. Women can get it too.
So he's got a hoodie on in this one. He's got like a jacket. Dude, you know what? He's kind of got the Sarah Christ strip on.
He's a dad.
What got you yesterday was like
Spaghetti
wussy or something.
wussy. What? It's 10 a.m.
Oh, penis weenus.
It's 10 a.m.
It's 10 a.m. It's 9:54.
Oh my God! Open this door to a
That
ship.
was crude.
That was crude. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, we need to find these guys. We really need to lock in and find these
Lots
masks.
of gold.
But I want to talk about what just happened because.
Do we?
Because you can like ball jokes and fucking jokes till the cows come home, and the second you do like a lips joke or a labia joke or a joke, people go, how dare you?
Why can't we talk about our vagina too? We want to have fun.
I was proud of that when they were like, oh, like does the Chosen have like a oh my gosh.
Okay, we're back in. We're back in.
You know what's crazy? She fits the house. I guess we're small.
Well, I
And
think
she's normal.
No, so I think the house is. I think like because she still has to bend under doors, but like I think these hallways are just like naturally like the right size.
No, but then sometimes there's huge chairs, but then really small chairs. It's all over the
Look
place.
at that painting. It's meant for her. What are you shooting?
There's like something glinting up there.
You have to get it. Climb that wall.
Do you hear
Someone's
big ass
coming. Yeah,
footsteps?
Hide, hide, hide.
Where is she?
She's downstairs. She's going upstairs.
Okay.
You
Oh, me. Okay.
Get it? She's gonna come back up this way. Spencer.
Let's see. Okay.
Okay, she just that literally
one shot and ran away.
That didn't do anything.
I had to know. Okay.
Oh my God, I'm actually really scared of her. There's nothing scarier than someone walking kind of slowly towards you.
Yeah.
I.
What are you doing?
No!
Oof. See that perfect parry?
Go.
Help! Help!
Go. Do we have
You run faster with the
bomb
knife?
or anything, or?
You have like some kind of like. I don't think bombs would even phase her.
I didn't know she was like Wolverine coated.
Yeah. So is that her claw?
Claw?
Those are her hooves, you bitch.
You bitch.
You ever seen that?
What made me
meme?
laugh yesterday was saying we're still in the same video. Okay, we still have to be in the present.
What made me laugh like 4 weeks ago was.
No, are we moved on to the second video?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Is this the end?
This is.
Nice.
Oh, that was a clean shot.
Can you imagine just like doing this to someone?
No.
I saw this happen in like Santa Monica one time.
You saw a guy.
Yeah. Just a guy had a big sword and then a guy pulled out a littler knife.
Really?
What?
No, that was I wasn't gonna commit to that one because that feels like something that could really happen.
I know.
Yeah, I was at a Target once and a guy took out a knife. Yeah, no joke.
He was in the knife section.
No,
and you were like, "Are you gonna buy that?"
He's like, good for.
It was downtown.
Tomatoes.
Which are you guys
That's
today?
really scary.
Are you mask of pleasure or mask of sorrow?
Pleasure.
Jesus Christ.
Not even a hesitation, bro.
Pleasure.
Do you want me to be sorrow?
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Okay, here's the map.
Great.
So looking like we're just waiting for Pennsylvania to be called. Funny.
That was
Blue and
killer.
red.
That was a good one.
That got us all.
Dude, I am shaking with laughter.
Okay, we need to watch out for fucking Lady D.
Okay, so how many things are we still looking for?
So we got
The masks
two
on.
masks.
Put them on.
We need 4. We
you
need
have to
4.
get them all up at once. Scary music. Scary music.
Hiding.
Oh, there he is. He's asleep.
I think he is asleep.
Open up the shop.
Sorry,
What are we doing in here?
We're looking for fucking masks.
So here's the thing. So we have this map, and whenever it's red, that means there's still something we can like explore in there.
Okay. Let's go
So
to the
maybe-
dining room. Or over there.
Yeah, we can go
All
to the
this
dining
shit.
room.
There's so much shit.
Ship.
Shit.
Shit.
That's good to
I
know.
wonder which masks goes where.
Mask the angels. Blind.
It literally, look, and then it goes away.
Mask the
and then,
angels.
And then it goes away. It's not me.
I wanted to read it.
These all look like identical to me.
You have to look at the back of the mask
You're
because look,
so
there's
right.
different slits. Oh God. 4.
4.
That bitch. Do it. Yeah.
Nice!
Where's she going?
She's going down.
This is good.
Oh.
Oh no, that might trigger
I
something.
want to wait till we have all 4.
Yeah, that might trigger something.
Okay.
That was cool. You guys listened to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something in this hallway we have.
We really listened to you. We were like her.
Good. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Do you want that
Yeah, I want
crystal fragment? I don't know why we need all these crystals.
We gotta sell stuff to like upgrade our guns and stuff.
Did we sell in the last game? No, there wasn't like a.
No, so this one.
Hey!
Why even bother with the gun?
I think it felt good. I think it felt good for that
Felt
one
good to
shot.
shoot the large woman.
Yep.
Dining room courtyard.
Yeah, courtyard.
She's close.
She's so tall, it's
Dude,
crazy.
she walks so. What are you doing, Spencer? Like you don't
I wanted
look at
to.
your
I wanted
enemy.
to look.
Get one last look at you.
Oh, no. Why are they out here?
Okay, okay. Anything to examine?
Chats. You unlock the door. Go. Did you have to get the key?
What is this? Oh, we got a map.
Cool.
Think they can come in the door?
No. Do you automatically get the key back, or do you have to take it out?
You automatically get it back.
That's awesome. Did you guys grow up with grandfather clocks?
No.
My
Grandfather had one?
Yeah, my grandparents had one.
Miranda, I just think of Sex in the City.
Okay, there's,
You know?
there's folks
Cool
around
stuff.
here. Oh, the 3 girls have stopped moving. They seem almost dead. An insect flew out of the eldest's mouth. It appears to be a common fly. So I think these are the girls. These are the daughters.
Yeah.
Oh, the flies!
The flies are
2 days
consuming their
since
flesh.
treatment, all 3 bodies
It's
are
kind of like in the
covered
Mummy.
flies. Oh my God, the mummy. When I opened a window, some of the flies dropped dead on the floor. It would seem the cold petrifies them. I quickly closed the window to avoid weakening.
So it's the cold. It's not like it's like the cold air.
Do you think Lady D is filled with flies?
I don't think so.
The mass of insects have transformed into human bodies again. All 3 girls woke, looking at me like newborns. I sense a bond between us like mother and daughters. I have already decided their names. Bella, Daniela, and Cassandra. Who wrote that?
I think perhaps Lady D.
So she's bonded to them, so maybe
Yeah.
cold does affect her. Ugh, go away.
Not in the house.
Not in the house. Take that sword
I
out.
thought I saw someone. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trying to hide? Bitch, we see you.
Oh.
Oh, whoa. Shot right in the frickin' kneecap.
I'm waiting for that scary music to set in.
Flower swords ball.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're my missing ball. Sniper rifle ammo.
Love.
Okay.
Someone's coming up those stairs.
You know.
Wait, I thought someone was coming up those stairs.
She's doing the engine.
Literally,
She's doing the.
stop. That got me
we
that
should do that,
time.
but
That really got me. Do you ever have friends that are like, who's that old lady in that other room?
That's,
My friend Evan does it to me all the time. He's like, I don't know, but there was an old lady sitting in a wheelchair in the other room just staring at me.
So what's the deal with Charlotte? The orphan? In the
orphan?
living room?
You're up.
FACE, because the first thing is C.
So this
C.
is BAG.
No, go down. C. It's that one. C. Yep.
That's E.
Well, we need to go.
No,
way
that's
up.
D.
Well, that was a low.
D.
Wait, here we go.
Well, that's a B. What are you doing?
Yeah. No, wait, that's, what is that one? D?
That's C, though.
No.
Face. F-A-C-E, face. Every good boy does fine. G, it's G. He's like, are you reading the music?
Yeah.
That was awesome, you guys. God, I used to be able
Why
to read
wasn't it
music.
C? Face and every good boy does fine.
Yeah, face. The bottom one is F.
No, the spaces are space.
That's what I thought.
I know B-A-G and then C-D are above
And every good boy
those.
does fine. All good girls.
Aren't C,
all
D
good
on the
boys.
lines?
Yeah, those are white keys. You know, you can play Scooby-Doo on the black keys.
Can you cut out the part where I f***ed that up?
Are you on camera?
Why do you care?
Like you give a f***.
Like you f***ing care. You give gifts to Amanda and I'm just f***ing here like the f***ing dog.
Yeah, I'm shocked you aren't gonna give her gift on camera right now.
Yeah, I forgot it. No, I'll get it.
You seem so
I do
far
that all
away.
the time.
Are you on camera?
I went to my friend's house for me and I was like, oh, I left your house and been gifted home.
Oh. Every time you talk about something chill, we die.
Dude, she f***ed me up.
I'm telling you, you have to, you don't shoot at her.
Okay.
Holy shit, you have blood in your eyes.
I don't like hearing our heartbeat. I'm good with that.
Ooh, Ethan is, okay, watch this.
Water. Herbs.
No, I'm moving again. We've grooving.
Good job, good job, good job.
Crazy what water and herbs can do.
Please.
That's the thing. Don't test her, Spencer. Just.
I'm not
walk
testing
away.
her.
Yes, you were.
Whoa, whoa.
Go. Go. Whoa, this is new. Oh shit.
Oh my God, bug room.
Came to see me.
Daughter's lair. Open a window. Go to a window.
Where?
I don't know.
The bugs. Oh, here.
There.
Yes.
It's not breaking.
It's not breaking.
You wanted to see me? I did too.
Okay, we're close. This isn't bad.
What's that? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Watch out. I think Lady D's probably right behind you. Just so you know. We're not mean.
Here comes the cold.
Here comes the boom.
My body is breaking.
Shoot her towards the wind.
Why are we doing this? It's because you're bugs.
Here's the thing, though. These girls were innocent. They seem like they were turned into these bugs. Am I right?
Being innocent doesn't
Does
let
not
you get away.
preclude-
Doesn't let you get away with being a fucking bitch.
You're so right.
I don't know where she is.
Oh, yeah! Right there. She's right there.
This is like the talented sister. She's Danielle.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, I think the other is so
Oh,
talented.
dude. What if there was a fourth one?
Like the
It's
other
Lady
Jonas.
D.
Like
She wishes
Frankie.
that she was.
It's so
You
cold.
need to like push her in there.
She's getting cold. She's coughing up cold.
Okay, you watch this. I'm throwing a f***ing pipe bomb at her.
You really want to waste that?
Yeah.
Look at the little wire going around.
What's a pipe bomb gonna do to bugs?
Whoa.
Love you. Honey, you've been trying to kill us since day one.
Thing's close.
Shit. Hit it.
Watch this. She's gonna be like, I'm okay. Psych.
I don't want to die.
Yes.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Boom.
Bugs. I'm sick of bugs.
Okay.
Okay, Ethan.
Get that crystal torso.
Hey, can we get that one with a little more conviction again?
Yeah. I'm sick of bugs.
Oh,
Dude, he's over
It's
it.
not breaking.
Dude, he went to like the Anakin School of Acting.
it's not breaking.
Oh, poor Anakin.
That's a name you don't hear that much besides that one character, Anakin.
From Star Wars?
Anakin Skywalker.
Dude, no one names their kid Darth Vader anymore.
Who named them Darth in the beginning?
Darth is a good name.
Hit that big thing. See that white thing?
This?
Right there. Yeah. Hit that. Can't you? Whatever. Okay.
Mask of Joy?
What?
I am dating this guy named Darth.
Wait,
Is
Darth?
this you soft launching that you're dating a guy named Darth?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm just having a movie with Darth later.
Isn't that from Wayne's
Vader?
World? Isn't that
No,
from
that's
Wayne's?
Garth.
Fine,
Garth
whatever.
Algar.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, Garth.
And that's why you were giggling?
Squarth
Oh,
Vader.
it's the painting. Examine.
Let the 5 bells of the chamber ring out. That
was that Lady D?
And look, that looks like a glass of, I don't know, a Lambrusco, but now it's blood.
Blood.
It was Sanguini Weenie.
Yeah, that's it. Still can't get a laugh out of that
It's not funny
anymore.
though anymore. That's the thing. Is like
Sanguini weenie.
Once you
Okay,
laugh that
so there are
hard.
5 bells in this room we need to shoot. I remember
good.
this. I remember this from the old days.
Old days.
Still has legs.
Still?
First, give me the hand cannon.
I think.
Imagine being in a house and you could just break whatever you wanted.
Where are the bells?
There's
Right there. To your left.
Oh, there's one in here too, and that's the
Okay.
one I like.
Is that a clock?
Oh, there it is.
Now.
Oh my God.
Now.
Bad.
There's one up here.
No.
There's one way over there. One up there.
Now. Nice.
I don't know where the last one is.
I don't think you got the one. Oh. I don't think you.
No, I think
Okay, you
it
did.
gave me the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it did. It was like.
Because I did not earn that one. It was like, you know what, you tried.
You tried.
When the painting's a door.
Dude, this house is massive.
Oh. Or pick it up.
It's like my bath salts.
Yeah, wasn't that a great gift?
That was such a good gift, and I'm so glad I got a gift.
It's because I keep saying non sequiturs like the slide.
Do not
This
bring
is
up the
because of
slide.
the slide, isn't it?
This is because of the slide, isn't
The
it?
4.5 second slide.
Ooh.
All right. Spencer.
No penises in this place.
Nope.
Nope.
Whoa!
Wait, he was moving. Or it's wind? It looks
Oh,
like
is he
looks like she was
gyrating?
booty dropping on the ground. He's like, come and find me. I think you keep looking over there.
Because when I hear a laugh outside, I go, oh, and then they're always laughing at
Yes,
something
I'm
else.
valid.
Treasure map.
No, don't laugh at us.
There's
Shouldn't.
treasure.
Kitchen.
Treasure.
Don't.
I didn't, dude.
All right, if you're gonna read this note, read it.
You read it.
I heard there was something called the Dagger of Death's Flowers somewhere in the castle. It's apparently an antique from the Middle Ages that's coated in a concoction of poisons from across the continent. It's said to have been crafted to kill demons and monsters. It sounds fascinating, but no one knows where it is.
Well, luckily we got that treasure map.
Yeah.
Okay, cute little room up here.
Love this room. Pick that.
Gone!
Yeah. We're back.
Yeah.
I'm stinking we're back. Oh, boots.
Boots.
So I'm still confused. Are we in what episode? Is this a new episode?
What?
Hey, we're settling it in the remix. Oops.
There was too much content.
Was that
and we had
necessary?
Yeah, I don't like these things.
What are they?
I don't know.
Get it.
Oh!
Oof, actually,
I
I
feel like
did
we're
not
in
realize.
Van Helsing.
This is very Van Helsing. This is very like Bloodborne.
What are the things you two are talking about?
Hit it.
Oops. Don't waste a bullet on a vase.
Oh.
Ah! I hate wings.
Love. Ooh, not.
Looks like a dancer.
Not cute. Is that a tongue?
Oh, dropped a big ass wing. Do you think we can fly?
Hit that. Who keeps putting coins in these vases? Just keep
I think
them.
if you break any vase.
Oh, you say vase, eh?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Angela, what do you say? Vase or vase?
Vase. What do you
Right.
call the thing that gives you a discount at a store? Coupon? Coupon? Some people say,
Coupon?
no.
No, what else do people say?
I don't know where
I'm
this is
dying to
headed.
hear what you're about to say.
I actually don't know where this is headed.
Coupon, you fucking nerds.
Coupon?
Nobody
A lot of
says
people-
that,
yeah.
bro.
People say coupon!
James said yes.
And some people say coupon!
It's a miracle you still have a voice.
Tell that to every woman out there, okay?
And women should have a voice. Oh, me.
Hey Siri, text Shane Top and ask him What do you call the piece of paper that gets you a discount at a store?
What, is he gonna sound it out?
And Siri. And send.
Oh, it's
Siri, send. Okay, ready? Now. Siri, also send to Shane Top. Respond to the question with a voice memo only. Send. Respond to the question with a voice memo only. End.
Can't read all that, bro.
Siri, send that.
She's not aligned with you.
Siri, send.
I think you and Siri need to have like a sit down. You know, giving her her phone was a mistake.
Siri, send to Shane Top that you must answer that question. No, over. Stop.
It's okay, I'm with you.
Hey, what do you think of this
Hey
part?
Siri, send Shane Top a text message.
Let's go.
Wait, I feel like there's some...
Yes.
What do you want?
Send to him. Nope, not yes. No, nope.
Guys, the fourth mask.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Hey Siri.
That's me with
send
her,
a text
bro.
message to Shane Top.
What do you want to say to Shane?
Ignore the yes text message above.
God, the friend
Please
that just
answer
needs to get
the
picked
question
up now.
with a voice memo only about the thing that gets you a discount at a store. Send.
It says, ignore the yes text message above. Please answer the question with a voice memo. Only about the thing that gets you a discount. Done.
Done. And it's that easy.
Okay, that was a full lifetime of mine. I lived and died in that moment.
We got the fourth mask.
Do you guys like elevators?
So what is this game?
Are we slated yet? Do you guys like elevators?
Yeah.
Do you guys like elevators?
Yeah.
You do?
Elevator or escalator?
Do you?
For the rest of your life.
Escalator always, 100%.
Elevator.
Escalator.
I actually am very scared of elevators.
See, I'm more scared of escalators.
Why?
Like when an escalator stopped, I freak out. Like I don't like walking on the stopped escalator.
Well, that's just like a mind thing. Elevator,
Yeah,
you could get
it's
stuck
all a
in
mind thing.
forever.
Oh my God.
Man thing.
Uh,
Live long, even if you run.
Hopefully we
God,
don't
she's
die.
good. Let's look up the actress that voiced her. She's good.
I love you, but you keep going towards her.
Dude, the only way out is through.
I guess. Let's go. Put the f***ing masks in and let's f***ing go.
Well, I don't know which goes where.
Well,
quickly, let's sell the stuff.
I've expanded my services.
Great.
Please, come take a look.
Have you expanded your services? You haven't moved.
Do you have a coupon?
So you say coupon.
So you're dumb.
No, I've just heard people say it. Here we go.
Coupon.
He said it like an idiot. He said it like frickin' Aunt Karen. Coupon.
Satisfied?
Coupon.
This is a fair price. Till
Coupon.
next we meet.
Just like me. Coupon.
Who do you think in the cast would say coupon?
Okay, Rage is 2.
Turn around.
Rich. 3.
Rage is 3.
Don't look for her. Just put it in.
Right there.
Right there. Take a chance.
Yes.
Now you're
She's right behind you.
Ethan
Winters.
Winters.
Right behind
Oh, this is quite literally the climax.
Dude, you need to go.
Dude.
She said our arms are little.
You just gave up?
That was our first death, though. Guys, let's say we come back to this in the next episode.
With all 4 masks. Stay tuned.
Coupon.
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 Bye.
You played Dance Dance Revolution?
Yes.
I felt like we just stepped on like very hard, and like she was doing the very hard mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was just like miss.
Like I just missed every like thing.
Yeah, but the most important thing is you tried.
He didn't.
I tried midway through. I tried.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that we were trying.
I didn't realize we were trying either, but aren't we always trying a little bit?
Wow.
Hi. Oh my God.
Wow.
Came for a dance lesson, stayed for a life lesson.
So we're going to learn the main iconic move of pada pada, which is the very simple hand movements like this and like that, and as you bend your knee up. So let's watch Asami Sensei.
Pa pa ra pa pa pa. Good. これが basic dance.
Remember being in Guido? Remember those? You don't remember those days at Bar A?
音楽出てみる?
Belmar. Oh God.
So Guido.
No. Close your heart.
The elbow, it's important to keep it straight. Yeah, exactly.
That's.
Bad time.
I don't want to.
Bad time.
Tell her she can be hard. Tell her she can be hard on me.
めっちゃ強いで先生っぽい大丈夫です。
では前パー見せて。
Open palm.
Put your heart into it, come on, guys.
Don't do this. Open it. Yes.
Okay, せーの。パパパラパパパラダブルパパでこう見る。
Three rhythmless streamers tried it.
Salute.
腰ピッとはめる。
Tips ね。Push your hip out. Yeah, exactly. Salute.
There you go.
Straight
and straight and hands through.
Push. Yeah.
You just kind of like. Just
Just throw it. Just throw it.
I did just before on the mirror.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
If you want to apologize, get down in meetings.
Yeah. Put your head on the ground too.
Head on the floor. On the floor.
I'm sorry.
Do you watch Biscuit Streams?
Finally, some retribution in here. Thank you. You are excused.
He will humiliate himself.
So now we will start from the beginning of the track.
He greatly enjoys it.
Booty.
Grey's Anatomy is one of the most successful shows of all time. But drama isn't just the category it gets placed in for award shows. The show became famous for its off-the-rail storylines, cliffhangers, and characters that seem to suffer more than anyone else on television. But what's even more interesting than Grey's itself is the behind-the-scenes drama, cast feuds, and wild on-set behavior. And somehow they've managed to keep the most fascinating cast antics buried. Most people know about the big blow-ups on set, certain dramatic exits, and some of the most unbelievable things the Grey's actors have said and done over the years. But those stories barely scratch the surface of the full behind-the-scenes story of Grey's. So today, we'll be taking the deepest of dives into the cast of Grey's Anatomy and looking back on the most interesting things to happen over the last 20 years. We'll be discussing everything from cast blow-ups, bust-ups, and fights to controversial hirings and firings, and what happens when egos fueled by money and fame get out of control. And whether you're the world's biggest Grey's fan who's seen all 438 episodes, or you've seen none, there'll be something here that'll surprise you. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a snack, and let's dive in to the behind-the-scenes story of the crazy, unhinged, $3 billion juggernaut, Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy is a medical drama that follows the lives of surgeons working at Seattle Grace Hospital in Seattle, Washington. The name comes from the very famous medical textbook Grey's Anatomy by Dr. Henry Grey, and the titular character of Grey's Anatomy the show is Meredith Grey, that's referenced in the show's title. The show's pilot sets up the first couple of seasons with Dr. Meredith Grey returning to her childhood home in Seattle, and she's come back there because she's received a coveted surgical internship offer at Seattle Grace Hospital. And Seattle Grace was where her mother used to work, who was a pioneer and star surgeon when she worked at the hospital. But her mother is now suffering from Alzheimer's and she's been placed into care. So Meredith is entering her internship, but also kind of keeping the secret of her mother's that she has pretty advanced Alzheimer's, as her mother didn't really want anyone to know. And the first couple of seasons follows Meredith and several other interns as as they go through their internship year and then on to being a resident and later on down the road an attending surgeon. The other 4 main interns with Meredith are Christina Yang, played by Sandra Oh, Izzy Stevens, played by Katherine Heigl, George O'Malley, played by T.R. Knight, and Alex Karev, played by Justin Chambers. The other primary cast in the first couple of seasons are made up of the more experienced surgeons, which were Derek Shepard, played by Patrick Dempsey, Miranda Bailey, played by Chandra Wilson, Dr. Richard Weber, played by James Pickens, and Preston Burke, played by Isaiah Washington. While the character of Meredith was the primary focus for the first 19 seasons, after the 19th season, the actress who plays Meredith, Ellen Pompeo, took a step back from the show, and although she does still appear in the show and it's still titled Grey's Anatomy, Meredith now only appears in a handful of episodes each season. The only 2 actors who are still on the show as regulars from the pilot are Chandra Wilson and James Pickens, who play Miranda Bailey and Richard Weber. Over the years, Grey's Anatomy became famous for its wild storylines, famous couples, crazy season finales, huge guest stars, and for the fact its main characters, especially Meredith, seem to experience about 5 jaw-dropping events every year, with plane crashes, shooting, ferry crashes, secret wives, and a guy who one of the characters flirted with for a few weeks, leaving her a check for $8.7 million after they triggered an event that kind of killed him. But if you think all of those Grey's Anatomy storylines are crazy, wait until you hear what goes on behind the scenes of this show. Cast members joining and leaving the show is one of the most talked about things when it comes to Grey's Anatomy, as the show became quite famous for frequently killing off very popular characters in dramatic storylines, and the show has not been shy about making it known that actors who cause a lot of issues behind the scenes will end up getting a particularly gruesome and ugly death or exit from the show. The show's creator, Shonda Rhimes, has also admitted to killing off characters because the actor was particularly difficult to deal with on set. When many people think of the drama of the Grey's Anatomy set, they think of the biggest cast member exits from the show, but there's a lot more to these stars' departures than most people know. In addition to the behind-the-scenes controversies about certain cast departures, there's also been a plethora of behind-the-scenes antics over the last 2 decades that Grey's has been on screens. Because Grey's has been on TV for so long, many people break it up into different periods, with most people thinking of the heydays as the first 5 seasons of the show. Other people think the first 10 seasons were Grey and then it dropped off, and other people really put the end of the golden age as the end of the 11th season when, spoiler alert, Patrick Dempsey's character was killed off from the show. Keep in mind what I just mentioned about killing off actors who cause a lot of issues behind the scenes, because we'll talk about that much more later in the video, particularly when it comes to Patrick Dempsey. Grey's Anatomy is still watched by millions of people every single week, and new audiences are discovering it every day. I even saw Shonda Rhimes herself posting on social media that her daughter, who wasn't even born when she created Grey's Anatomy, is now watching it. So while there's viewers that are departing because they watched it since the beginning and they've seen a decline, all of those viewers are being basically made up with the new viewers that are discovering the show through streaming. I have spoken in other videos about how a lot of these older shows like Grey's Anatomy, The Office, Friends, ER, and many others are now having this second life on streaming, because while today we get amazing television with fantastic writing and huge stars and massive budgets, many of these high caliber shows that we get today, like Succession and The Boys, are only able to produce 8 episodes every 2 years. So people seek out these older shows with big episode counts so that they have content to watch. In the 90s and 2000s, shows made 20, 24 episode seasons. Actually, Grey's Anatomy during its 2nd season had a massive 27 episode long 2nd season, purely because the show was so successful, ABC just ordered more episodes to keep people watching. In 2024, Grey's was the most streamed adult show in the world. In just 2024, it was streamed just shy of 50 billion minutes on Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus. When Grey's Anatomy premiered, it didn't have immediate massive success. Desperate Housewives, that premiered on the same channel that same TV season, had bigger numbers, and Lost, that also premiered on the same channel the same season, had bigger and better reviews. Grey's did have decent numbers, but pretty mixed reviews. But during the pilot season, when ABC was testing all of their new shows, Grey's Anatomy outperformed Desperate Housewives and Lost with actual real people who were watching in these testing audiences. So after the Grey's premiere, week after week, more people tuned in. More people started talking about the show, more reviews came in, the numbers began to tick up, and suddenly something with Grey's Anatomy shift. Grey's didn't have the budget of Lost or Desperate Housewives, and Shonda Rhimes and her producing partner Betsy Beers had a real battle on their hands to even get the show on air. At every turn, there was difficulties. The network couldn't understand the genius, really, of what Shonda Rhimes had created. The network executives were old rich men trying to get her to remove things like the very first scene of the pilot where Meredith wakes up after a one-night stand with Patrick Dempsey's character, who she would later find out was her new boss. The network executives told Shonda Rhimes, women don't go out and sleep with randomers the night before a new job. The only way they kept that scene in the show was because Betsy Beers told a room full of ABC executives that she did indeed go out and sleep with a random man before the first night of her new job. The network also had issues with the casting, and that is actually how the nickname of McDreamy about Patrick Dempsey's character came about, because Shonda Rhimes, Betsy Beers, and the other writers were trying to get across Patrick Dempsey's appeal, and they called him Fuck Me McDreamy. Obviously, for the show, they dropped the beginning and just had him be nicknamed McDreamy. There were a lot of other things they did to try and wrestle away control and decisions from Shonda Rhimes, who at this point, her biggest past project was the Britney Spears movie Crossroads. After an issue with the lighting on the pilot, which Shonda and the team tried to explain, it wasn't actually an issue. They had to light the ensemble cast this way because the ensemble cast was made up of characters of different ethnicities, which was not something super common on network TV in 2005. So the network, who said that it was an issue with the lighting and that they were going to do what they see fit, they actually intervened and fired the original director of photography, and they shut down production of Grey's, the pilot, for 2 weeks. But despite all of this, Shonda Rhimes and the writers knew what they had. They pushed on, the show premiered, and over the first season of only 9 episodes, because it was a lot shorter due to it being a mid-season replacement show, the show grew in viewership from its pilot, which is very rare. The show's premiere on March 27, 2005, drew in just over 16 million people, which is still huge numbers, but by the finale, just 2 months later, on May 22nd, 2005, the audience was over 23 million people. Hugely successful numbers then, but unheard of today. The first season ended with a massive reveal and cliffhanger, and Grey's Anatomy became even more buzzed about. From that point on, it blew past Lost in the rating, was on par with and then surpassed even Desperate Housewives, the #1 scripted show on TV that first year. It wasn't just ratings though. Grey's Anatomy was everywhere. The show won awards, the cast won awards. Overnight, the cast became huge stars. It was buzzed about by reviewers, talked about everywhere, and the cast was on magazine covers, being interviewed on red carpets. In literally 8 weeks, Grey's Anatomy went from a mid-season replacement given a 10 p.m. time slot on a Sunday night, made up of a cast that were all very unknown, and it became an absolute juggernaut of a show. Number one, watched by hundreds of millions of people around the world, and the cast were all stars. A hugely successful show with a cast who went from being pretty regular people to extremely rich and famous practically overnight. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? The short answer to that is a lot. There have been many famous and infamous actor exits from Grey's Anatomy over the years, and the third season saw the first of these infamous Grey's departures that set up a bit of a pattern that would go on for many more seasons, where every few years there would be this massive exit of one of the lead actors of the show, and it would be quite a publicized event. In addition to high up main cast members that left, there were also some smaller cast members and producers of the show that had what I would say are unbelievable exits from the show. And usually I do just focus on like the main cast for these type of videos, but there's one person in particular from the Grey set that I have to tell you about their exit, because it legitimately is the most insane thing I have ever heard about in television or exits. And this is also tied in to one of the most famous episodes of Grey's in the last 10 years, I would say for sure. And really, the story, when I tell it to you, if you saw it in an episode of Grey's Anatomy, you would just say, oh, that's way too far-fetched. Like, I think they went too over the top with that. But this is really something that happened. So we'll get into that in just a second. Now, some people will say, why did it take to season 3 for things to really explode when it's just been widely known that there were always a lot of tensions and issues on the Grey's set? And it did come with a lot of the egos that were on there, and also it being such an ensemble show, there usually is this kind of competitive nature on these really successful shows, and everybody kind of vying for the number one spot. The reason that Grey's didn't really have too much controversy in the first 2 seasons, I'd say it was pretty much normal standard by TV sets, where if most regular people saw it, they'd probably be horrified. But if you dropped like a very seasoned PA onto the set, they'd probably just be like, oh yeah, normal Hollywood TV set bullshit situation. But the first 2 seasons of Grey's didn't have as many issues as the rest of the seasons because of the way that the show was filmed. And so because of that, because the show was a mid-season replacement, it was shot the whole first season before anything aired, it didn't have what usually successful shows have, which is time and feedback. Shows like Desperate Housewives and Lost had almost an entire year of success and praise. Those shows shot their pilots, were picked up, started shooting the rest of the season, but by the 4th or 5th episode that they were shooting, the show was airing and 30 million people were watching the Desperate Housewives pilot. That sort of reaction changes everything on the set of a show, and it changes the actors and how they behave, and a lot about their lives too, because they've just gone from being pretty regular people, especially the Grey's Anatomy cast, who most of them had not really done anything before that. And they now were going to be extremely famous, but they were able to shoot the whole first season before they even knew if the show would last past the second week. When actors are pretty unknown, it's just a totally different ball game. To give you an example, on my last video, I talked all about the behind the scenes antics of Desperate Housewives. And a few hours after I posted that video, a really lovely person reached out to me who was someone who's very close to the show. Coincidentally, this person had been watching my channel for quite a while. And of course, I was able to look up and confirm who they were, and they showed me proof and everything. And we had a very interesting conversation over several hours about the set and a lot of the stuff that I'm allowed to share. I'll be working a few bits into videos and future videos because it was very interesting and some juicy stories. But the full story I will put on on my Patreon and stuff because I wouldn't do a follow-up video that close to just having released one about Desperate Housewives. But this person who was very close to the show confirmed most of the things that I did speak about in my video, things about Terry Hatcher, and they also provided a lot more information about Eva Longoria, for example, and how in the earlier seasons, especially season 1, when she joined the show, she was very, very unknown. She'd done a little bit of soap work, but she was totally green. This person spoke very fondly about Eva Longoria in those earlier seasons, saying how nice and normal and down to earth she was and how grateful she was to be on the show. I'm sure a lot of the Grey's Anatomy actors started out this way too. They had a bit of experience, and then getting a lead role on a scripted network show, that's a pretty big deal. But quickly, the fame and money and success goes to people's heads. I talk about this all the time in my videos because it's on such a crazy level. You're not only famous and making crazy money, but you literally have people running around after you, doing your hair, makeup, sending you free stuff, millions of fans telling you you're amazing, the media telling you you're wonderful, and all of that just feeds into people's egos because you have to have some sort of ego to be an actor, the same way you have to kind of want attention to be a YouTuber. But another element that gets added in with these hugely successful ensemble shows is that it becomes a competition between the actors because everybody wants to be the most important and everybody wants to be higher up on the call sheet. There actually was a story from the Grey's Anatomy set that depicts this pretty well. When they were shooting the pilot, one of the actresses was overheard discussing how grateful she was to land this role because actors, of course, they aren't guaranteed work because a main role on television is one of the most secure things an actor can get in comparison anyway. Fast forward to a few seasons down the road, and this exact same actress was overheard telling a makeup artist, "Can you believe they want me to come in on a Saturday for a measly 128 grand?" Grey's Anatomy, especially for the first 10 years, was known to be a show that had a very grueling schedule. Anyone that I've ever spoken to who had anything to do with the show, and especially the earlier seasons, were saying just how long the days were. And I mean, that is pretty standard, but these were 17, 18, 19-hour days and weekends and things like that. And it just was magnified even more because a lot of the actors that were there in the earlier seasons put even more pressure on the schedule because they would be constantly late and they would be holding up scenes and other actors and crew. So it was a process that just heightened everything else that was going on because people were on set for these really long shoot days. Allegedly, Patrick Dempsey was well known for being extremely difficult on the Grey's set. He was the highest paid and saw himself as the star and was known for coming extremely late to set, which costs an obscene amount of money because when an actor is late to set, there are hundreds of people waiting around. I have mentioned this in videos before, and one thing with people that I speak to and it's their first time on a set, they will always say, "I had no idea how many people are involved in making these shows," because even when you see like behind the scenes videos and you see the directors and like Video Village and people with the boom mic and the camera people, yes, there's a lot of people around, but there's like layers and layers of people further back from that. And I do think that's one thing that's not put across very well to the general public, that these shows like Grey's Anatomy literally have hundreds and hundreds of people involved, and even people that aren't involved in the actual shooting of that scene. There's people in wardrobe and catering and setting up props and setting up scenes for the next one that they're going to, and it is just one of those things that you kind of don't realize how many people are being held up by someone being not even, I'm talking like 10 minutes late, like hours late. Like literally everybody will just be standing around waiting for the actor to come to set.
Pretty good, pretty good. It's our first day back was Wednesday, and it was I'm going to keep saying this because I hope it embarrasses them, a 17-hour day.
And whatever amount of hours an actor is doing, you can always add at least an hour to the start and the end of the day for the crew because they are always on set the longest. I have heard from a lot of people that when Debbie Allen joined the show, that things got a lot better schedule-wise because Debbie Allen would put like, we are not doing more than X amount of hours. And she worked in a lot of things like Ellen Pompeo didn't work on Fridays. Obviously, she's not on every episode now, but for the last couple of seasons that she was on full time, she wouldn't be there on a Friday. And there was certain other things that she adjusted schedules for people. And Debbie Allen would do other things that really spoke volumes because it's not normal to do these sort of things. But she would say on Halloween, go home at 3 and let your kids go trick-or-treating and things like that. So a lot of people did say once Debbie Allen came in, things did get better. Allegedly, during the third season was when a lot of issues started to arise, and this is all coming after the second season and the schedule and Patrick Dempsey and other issues that we'll talk about throughout the rest of the video. But especially this schedule issue was what a lot of people had problems with. And one day when Isaiah Washington and Patrick Dempsey were due to shoot a scene, Patrick Dempsey was really late and Isaiah Washington and the crew were waiting around for ages for him. And when Patrick Dempsey eventually came to set, and he would usually make them wait like hours, I'm not talking like 15 minutes. And so Isaiah Washington pretty much just was done with Patrick Dempsey messing around and he got into an argument with him. One of the Grey's Anatomy writers, Harry Worksman, said about the argument that Washington had felt disrespected, that he and the crew had been waiting, so he went after Patrick, pushed him against the wall and said, "You can't talk to me the way you talk to that little F-slur, TR." Another crew member, Marty Carrillo, said that everybody on set knew that TR was gay. For some reason, Isaiah just lost it and pinned Patrick against the wall. You could see Isaiah's pupils go wide, like, what did I do? It was quiet, and then everybody had to leave set. Unbelievably, Shonda Rhimes didn't actually fire Isaiah Washington after he had called TR Knight a slur. He also denied that he did so for a while. There were rumors and articles coming out like crazy about this incident. Of course, what Isaiah Washington said and issues between him and Patrick Dempsey were huge points of discussion. But the other huge talking point about this whole thing coming out was around TR Knight's sexuality. Remember, this is the mid-2000s. Things were very different with LGBT representation and also actors being out. I mean, there's still actors that are really closeted today, people that would really surprise you. And Grey's Anatomy, ironically, is where we've got some of the most significant representation in the last 20 years on mainstream TV. I'm not saying there's not issues and that it's perfect, but there's characters like Arizona and Callie and later Maya and Karina on the Grey's Anatomy spin-off Station 19. Those are some of the most significant representation ever on mainstream network TV. TR Knight was open on set and with his friends, and there were small rumors, not circulating in the mainstream media or anything like that, but this incident resulted in TR being basically outed. Very shortly after this, in January 2007, the Golden Globes took place, and Grey's Anatomy, in its prime, of course, went and was nominated, and Isaiah Washington was asked about the incident, and he denied it by saying the slur again. He was asked on live TV at the Golden Globes and he said the slur. This obviously had Isaiah Washington axed from the show, and this was a huge discussion point again in the media. Washington got huge backlash from not only the Grey's Anatomy fans, but a lot of LGBT organizations, and he exited the show at the end of season 3. He was allowed to return to the show at the end of the 10th season when Sandra Oh's character exited the show. Sandra Oh was given one of the best exits on the show. Her character and Sandra Oh herself are extremely beloved by the Grey's fans, and I think her exit from the show was handled so well because O gave Shonda Rhimes a ton of notice that she wanted to exit. She did it in a super professional way, and she had always said at the end of the 10th season, I'm done. All I've ever heard from people who work on Grey's about Sandra Oh is that she was really great to work with and extremely professional. And I think if the vast majority of fans could pick anyone to return to the show, it would be Sandra Oh's character, Christina Yang. And although Sandra Oh is very positive about her experience on the show, she doesn't have any intention to return. The next lead actor to exit the show also had a major award show involved in her departure, but this time it was the Emmys. Ironically enough, when Isaiah Washington spoke this slur at the Golden Globes, Katherine Heigl said Washington shouldn't be allowed to speak in public, but it was Katherine Heigl speaking in public about an award show that kind of got her kicked off and leaving Grey's Anatomy. Come season 5 of the show, it was even more successful. The stars all got major pay rises, and Isaiah Washington's exit from the show actually worked out in Katherine Heigl's favor because for season 4, the cast were all getting bumps, but they were giving the biggest pay rises to Ellen Pompeo, Patrick Dempsey, Sandra Oh, and Isaiah Washington. Katherine Heigl was the actor who was the most successful in film from the Grey's Anatomy cast, so she wasn't just on one of the most popular shows on TV, she was also starring in massive movies like Knocked Up and 27 Dresses. When Washington exited the show, Katherine Heigl was given the other top pay slot because of her being so big in the film industry and being really one of the most liked characters on the show. Heigl was only 26 at this time, and her previous biggest work was 3 seasons on the WB show Roswell, which actually is one of the main reasons I tuned into the Grey's Anatomy premiere, as I absolutely loved the show Roswell, and I mean loved it.
You know, I finally feel like I have a quasi-normal existence, and you blow it all with one random act of lunacy. Well, how did you let my misguided brother do this?
Hey, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the one who thinks he's a superhero. You use your powers all the time.
Recreationally.
During season 4, Katherine Heigl also was the first cast member to win an Emmy, and she still says to this day that was the best night of her career. Grey's Anatomy had been pretty generous to Katherine Heigl, as they'd been very flexible with her schedule so she could film the movies she was in. She'd gotten this big pay raise, they'd signed her on for another few seasons, but there was still issues between her and the show's creator, Shonda Rhimes, and some of the producers. Katherine Heigl and T.R. Knight were extremely close friends too, and he exited the show during the end of the 5th season. Things had soured with T.R. Knight over the Isaiah Washington incident, and then in the seasons after that, season 4, he felt like he didn't really have much to do, and his character was messed around a lot with storylines, and so he was pretty unhappy with his material and his place on the show. And so possibly his departure too played into a lot of the reasons that Katherine Heigl wanted to leave. So come the beginning of season 6, Katherine Heigl had been doing all these movies. She had signed on, got a big pay raise, but she was not happy with what was going on set. She was not happy with her schedule and a bunch of other things, and her closest friend from the show had also left. It really seems as though she did want to exit the show, and even she does admit she didn't handle this the best way, and she does regret it. But the year after her Emmys win, when all of this was happening and it came time to put forward the names for consideration for that year's nominations, Katherine Heigl infamously did not put herself forward, as she said she did not think the writers had given her the material to warrant a nomination. There was a lot of back and forth in the media between Katherine Heigl and Shonda Rhimes and the producers, and Katherine Heigl was written out in a pretty awful way. Her character didn't really have an exit. There were rumors also that Katherine Heigl didn't show up for work, but she said that didn't happen. As I said, Katherine Heigl has apologized and said she would like to come back to the show, but I think it's pretty clear that's not going to happen. Surprisingly, Shonda Rhimes didn't kill off her character, which is why she didn't. Shonda Rhimes said she thought everybody expected her to do that because it was so known the situation that was going on with Heigl at this time. So she kind of just left her out on a string and like left it up in the air. We did kind of get like a little bit of closure when Justin Chambers left the show, which is another thing we'll get into in a second, with his character kind of running off in a very strange way. By that, I mean like the actor and the character was just strange, his exit from the show, which we'll get into, as I said. But she had the perfect opportunity to return, I think, and they didn't have a return. They just referred to her and didn't even like use footage of her or anything like that. So I think it's pretty clear that if she wasn't going to be forgiven and returned then, I don't think it's going to happen personally. I would love to see it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Of course, Katherine Heigl behaved very poorly, and she should have just left at the end of season 5 if she wanted to go and do movies and not take the raise, not sign on to multiple other seasons. But the Grey set did have a lot of toxicity in the earlier seasons. Not that that is any excuse. I do think Katherine Heigl is still hated over this. And in comparison to the behavior of other actors in the industry who've done really horrendous things that have hurt people, been dangerous, and just caused issues galore, there certainly are much worse things that have happened in Hollywood. I will say that in the earlier seasons of Grey's, most things that I've heard was that everyone was a nightmare, but everything that I've ever heard about Katherine Heigl, and I mean this goes back to like her Roswell days to right up to present day, like people in the last year have spoken to me about her, and everyone has always told me that they have really liked working with her. That yes, like she's a typical actress, but most people have said they've been really surprised how down to earth she is and how like friendly and nice. So take that for what you will. The same year that Katherine Heigl won her Emmy in 2007, it was announced that there was going to be a spin-off of Grey's Anatomy. Grey's was a massive success, so it of course made sense for ABC to want Shonda Rhimes to create another show in the Grey's universe. There of course was another spin-off after this one, Station 19, which premiered in 2018 and ran for 7 seasons, wrapping up just last year in 2024. Back in March 2007, it was announced that Addison Montgomery, played by Kate Walsh, would be the character the spin-off would center around, and the spin-off would be titled Private Practice and based in LA. Private Practice premiered in September 2007 after a 2-part backdoor pilot in season 4 of Grey's Anatomy. Kate Walsh had been on Grey's Anatomy for seasons 2 and 3 after she appeared for a final few seconds in the season 1 finale. Addison's appearance in the season 1 finale was short, but delivered the jaw-dropping reveal to Meredith Grey that Addison was the wife of Meredith Grey's season 1 long love interest, Patrick Dempsey's character Derek Shepherd. A lot of people on the Grey's Anatomy set thought that Addison Montgomery would be seen as a bit of a villain to viewers when she was introduced, but Addison Montgomery, in part thanks to Kate Walsh's performance, became a very big fan favorite. Now, all the context I gave you about the Grey's Anatomy cast egos and issues and drama on set wasn't just important for the cast exits, but also important for discussing the spin-off, because the development of the spin-off allegedly poured even more gasoline on the issues between the cast members. It was during season 3 that the cast found out about the spin-off and that it was going to center around Kate Walsh, and as I mentioned earlier, season 3 was really when things were starting to explode. When the cast found out about the spinoff, most of them were allegedly pretty angry because many of them believed that they should have been the ones to be given the spinoff. Ellen Pompeo, of course, was someone who wouldn't be considered for the spinoff, nor would want to be because she's the Grey on Grey's Anatomy, but allegedly Ellen Pompeo was not happy when she was told about the spinoff because she believed that she should have been brought into the discussions at the very beginning around the spinoff's development. And she also thought that she should have been asked for her opinion because Grey's was her show. Multiple sources have stated that the spin-off caused Ellen Pompeo to have issues with Kate Walsh. Kate Walsh also dealt with some other very unfriendly behaviors from the rest of the cast because so many of them were angry over the fact that Kate Walsh had been chosen. There are a lot of other things discussed about Kate Walsh behind the scenes, and in addition to that, she does have an interesting blind life, but when it comes to her work and reputation, behavior, and her as a person, it's always been very positive things reported and that I've heard. So it's just unfortunate that, according to a lot of sources, that Kate Walsh was iced out by a lot of the cast members for something that was just her doing her job. She didn't really do anything to them. Private Practice did run for over 100 episodes, ending its 6-season run on January 22nd, 2013. Kate Walsh did return to Grey's Anatomy for several guest appearances while she was on Private Practice, especially for crossover episodes, and then after almost a 10-year gap, she did return to Grey's Anatomy in a highly publicized recurring role for seasons 18 and 19. When fans are asked about the most heartbreaking exit from the show, a lot of people answer that it was Dr. Lexi Grey, Meredith Grey's half-sister, and when she was killed off in the shocking season 8 finale, Flight. Fans were pretty shocked by the 2012 episode, not only because of what happened, but also because of how intense the episode was, as just the previous year, there was a 2-hour season finale where a shooter had entered the hospital and took the lives of several doctors. In the season 8 finale, Meredith Grey, Derek Shepherd, Christina Yang, Mark Sloan, and Lexi Grey take a private flight to another hospital in relation to a complicated surgery. Alex Karev was due to join them as well, but at the last minute, Arizona Robbins took his place after Karev's behavior angered her. Fans were very shocked by Lexi's exit, but they were even more blown away when the show returned the following season, and just a few episodes in, it became clear that Lexi wouldn't be the only casualty of the crash. In the 3rd episode of season 9, Eric Dane's character Mark Sloan was also killed off due to his plane crash injuries. Kyla Lee, who played Lexi, and Eric Dane, who played Mark Sloan, had quite different exits to the exits that we've previously discussed, and according to multiple sources, their exits were due to different reasons than what was portrayed in the mainstream media at the time. After the season 8 finale, it was announced that Kyla Lee wanted to leave the show, and it was to spend more time with her family. I'm not really going to go too much into her departure because it is allegedly to do with mental health related issues, but she did ask to be written off the show and for it to be final. After her departure from Grey's, she was dealing with a mental health diagnosis and took a few years away from acting. She did then go on to star on Supergirl, which aired its first season on CBS and then moved to air the rest of its run on the CW. When Supergirl moved to the CW, like nearly all CW shows, it was shot in Vancouver. So when Chyler Lee reprised her role almost 10 years later in season 17 of Grey's Anatomy, she actually couldn't come down to film at the set in LA. Season 17 was shot during 2020 and 2021, so it wasn't 100% clear if it was a scheduling conflict with Supergirl due to COVID or something else. So the scenes where Chyler Lee appears with Ellen Pompeo's Meredith Grey, she actually filmed those scenes by herself on a green screen in Vancouver, and Ellen Pompeo filmed hers on the Grey's Anatomy set in LA. Also in 2021, after Chyler Lee reprised her role, there were some allegations made by Chyler Lee's husband, Nathan West, about Chyler's experience on set with a co-star. And obviously these are allegations, and her husband has now deleted the tweets where he made these allegations in the first place. Chyler's husband alleged that Jesse Williams, who also starred on Grey's Anatomy, had pursued Chyler and several other women on the show and tried to start relationships with them. His pursuit of Chyler, her husband alleges, was one of the main reasons that Jesse Williams ended up getting divorced. And Jesse did go through a very messy divorce after Chyler left the show, but Jesse Williams nor Chyler Lee have ever commented on this, and the husband did delete the tweets shortly after posting them. As I said, Eric Dane exited the show after his 6-season contract was up, and that was around the same time Chyler Lee did, and he also reprised his role in season 17. Many cast members reprised their roles in season 17, as originally that was written to be the last season. But that was before Ellen Pompeo signed her record-breaking deal to be the highest paid actress on television. But we'll talk about Ellen Pompeo in just a minute. When Eric Dane exited the show at the end of his original contract, the usual fluffy PR marketing lines were put out saying that they didn't think that there was any story left to tell and that his character's time on Grey's Anatomy had come to an end. But he has said a few things over the years that seem to indicate something else. There were several allegations from people close to the show that it was due to his substance use disorder. Those rumors existed for quite a few years, especially when people saw his adult tape and it appeared like he'd been taking substances. But last year, Eric Dane actually addressed all of this speculation himself. Eric Dane went on to Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast and he spoke about his exit from Grey's, and he went on to talk about his addiction issues that he was suffering from at the time that he was on the Grey's set.
How did you end up leaving? It would be so hard for me to give up security.
I didn't leave so much as I think I was let go.
At that point, you were struggling.
I was struggling. They didn't let me go because of that, although it definitely didn't help. I was starting to become, as most of these actors who have spent significant time on a show, you start to become very expensive for the network.
Yep.
And the network knows that the show is going to do what it's going to do, irrespective of who they keep on it. As long as they have their Grey, they're fine. I wasn't the same guy they had hired, so I had understood when I was let go. And Shonda was really great. She protected us fiercely. She protected us publicly, she protected us privately.
We interviewed her and I thought she was a radical woman.
She's radical. I love Shonda Rhimes, and she protected me, but I was probably fired.
Okay. All right.
It wasn't ceremoniously like, you're fired.
Right.
It was just like,
you're not coming back.
You're not coming back.
He did go on to clarify that although he was really struggling at the time, that he thinks that the main issue that he was let go from the show was a financial one. Eric Dane has been open about his journey to being sober over the years, and he did then go on to talk about his sobriety with Dax Shepard on the podcast. He said that he had been clean for 3 to 4 years before he joined Grey's, but he'd relapsed during the 2007 writer's strike, which obviously Grey's went on break when the writer's strike happened then, and it wasn't that far into Eric Dane's run. He'd been on the show about 3 years, and he then was talking to Dax Shepard about the rest of the time that he was on there and how things started to take a turn after the writer's strike. He said, if you take the whole 8 years I was on Grey's Anatomy, I was fucked up longer than I was sober, and that was when things really started to go sideways for me. As I said, he did reprise his role in season 17. He is still a huge fan favorite, and he will probably forever be known as McSteamy. In the early years of Grey's, as I was talking about McDreamy earlier and McSteamy, there were all these little phrases and names that really came into the culture because Grey's was so popular. There was this massive thing for the first few years of the show where it was known for saying seriously, and they even had like ads of the show pointing it out.
Seriously. Seriously.
Seriously? Seriously.
Seriously? Seriously? Seriously. Seriously.
And there was the whole McDreamy versus McSteamy thing.
McDreamy was doing the McNasty with the McHottie. That McBastard.
So Eric Dane, he did go on to Euphoria and a bunch of other shows, but I do think his character will remain one of the absolute just fan favorites, the same way Addison Montgomery and Christina Yang are. So it's time to talk about one of the biggest exits from the show, Patrick Dempsey's exit in 2015. Patrick Dempsey had been the male lead on the show for 262 episodes, and in the 21st episode of season 11, he was killed off in a car accident. When the show began, Dempsey was the highest paid actor on the show, even though Ellen Pompeo was the titular character. When the show was a success, Ellen Pompeo tried to get Dempsey to negotiate with her in the same way that the Friends cast did. But according to Ellen Pompeo, he wasn't interested in doing that. For many years, ABC execs said they would not pay Pompeo what she was asking for because they had Patrick and he's the star. As I mentioned earlier, there were a lot of issues behind the scenes with Dempsey, and many people involved with the show have alleged that Patrick Dempsey terrorized the cast and crew on set. Ellen Pompeo and Dempsey seemed to get on fine for many years. In fact, one of the promotional images used for season 5 and on the DVD box set wasn't actually like a promotional picture, it was just a candid picture of them behind the scenes. But things changed a year or so before Dempsey's exit from Grey's, as allegedly, and according to sources involved with the show, Dempsey had an affair with someone on set. This upset Pompeo very much, and there were conversations with Dempsey's wife. At this time that this was all going on, Dempsey's wife did file for divorce, but about a year later, she decided to not go through with the divorce, and they didn't end up getting divorced. For Dempsey's last 2 seasons on the show, he and Pompeo didn't speak to each other, and allegedly they had to even implement storylines to break the characters up so they wouldn't have to film so much together. His character was even banished to Washington for a large chunk of episodes that he barely appeared in. With all of this happening, Patrick Dempsey was behaving even worse on set, and Shonda Rhimes was witnessing some of this behavior and decided with a stroke of her pen that Patrick Dempsey's time on Grey's Anatomy was up. So Dempsey did leave the show in 2015, and when Pompeo was talking about him on Jada Smith's Red Table Talk in December 2018, she revealed that they still weren't speaking and hadn't spoken since the show ended. She said she didn't have any hard feelings and that he was a great actor, but she did then 2 years later reach out to Dempsey about returning to the show, and he did actually return in, again, season 17. Things do seem to be fine between them now, as Dempsey even went on to appear in an episode of Ellen Pompeo's podcast, Tell Me with Ellen Pompeo. Allegedly, during this time, there were discussions about whether Ellen Pompeo could carry the show without a strong male lead. Before Dempsey's exit, Pompeo had asked for just $5,000 more than Dempsey for the principle of her being the titular character of the show and being Meredith Grey of Grey's Anatomy, but they wouldn't give her the $5K. As I said, we'll talk about Ellen Pompeo in a minute. I'm not saying she's this perfect person. She has done and said some unhinged things, but Grey's is her show. It's a $1 billion franchise that has been on for 5,000 years. She should have been making at least $5K more than any other lead. Ellen Pompeo did get the last laugh in the end for all of the time these network executives screwed her over with money, as after everything happened with Dempsey and he left the show, Ellen did show what most people knew all along, that the show was Grey's Anatomy and about Meredith Grey. And she signed an enormous $20 million deal in 2018, making her the highest paid actress on television. And she also got a bunch of other things like producer credit on Grey's, producer credit on the other spin-off Station 19, which both of those things equal more paychecks. And there was a lot more to her deal, but we'll get into that in her chapter. But speaking of producers and Grey's Anatomy, we're going to put a very quick pause on the main cast and briefly speak about a very minor character, minor cast member, a cast member that in fact has no lines. But this cast member, who played a nurse in one of Grey's most famous and talked about episodes in the past 10 years, was actually only appearing in the episode because she was a co-producer and a writer on Grey's for many years. And the reason I want to discuss this person outside the main cast is because this is one of the most batshit insane stories you will hear. And especially if you're a Grey's Anatomy fan, it's going to really shock you. So before we get onto Sarah Ramirez, Jessica Capshaw, Sarah Drew, Ellen Pompeo, and the 2 showrunners, Shonda Rhimes and Krista Vernoff, let's discuss the Grey's Anatomy co-producer who lied about many things, including having cancer. One of the most famous episodes of Grey's Anatomy in the past 10 years is the episode called Silent All These Years. It was the 19th episode of season 15, and even people who aren't huge Grey's fans probably will know the one that I'm talking about. And it's where all of the women who work in the hospital line up down the sides of a corridor when one of the patients is being pushed through who was a victim of rape. This episode was extremely powerful and not only was given rave reviews by fans, but was also picked up a lot in the media and it got huge coverage for the show. There was also a lot of publications that spoke to the writers and people that were involved heavily with the episode. And of course, the woman who wrote the episode was given a lot of praise and was interviewed for a series of articles about this particular episode. The woman who wrote the episode is called Elizabeth Finch, and she was hired to Grey's Anatomy in 2015. She had said for years that Grey's was her dream writing job, and she ended up writing 13 episodes of the show and co-producing 172 episodes. She was, of course, involved in the writer's room, and even if she didn't write a particular episode, she did write a lot of the stuff for the character of Jo. Elizabeth Finch actually got her job with Grey's Anatomy because she wrote a piece for Elle magazine talking about how she was in her 30s and living with cancer. In particular, talking about sarcoma, the mass that she had on her spinal cord. This ended up getting her the job at Grey's, and she had previously written for True Blood, which was her first writer's assistant role in 2008. And then she moved on to The Vampire Diaries. She did also write for the show No Ordinary Family that starred Julie Benz. A year after Finch had been working at Grey's is when Krista Vernon came in, and she did a blind writer's test for all of the writer's room, and she ended up putting Elizabeth in the group that she wanted to let go from the show. There ended up being an intervention from higher ups, and they told Vernon keep her because she was living with cancer and they didn't want to fire her because of it. Finch would come into the Grey's Anatomy offices and look completely green. She would be in agony and she would take breaks from writing and go and vomit in the bathroom. She talked a lot about her diagnosis, and she also did some media pieces around abortion and spoke about her experience of having to get an abortion because she was pregnant and going through cancer treatment.
6 years ago, I was diagnosed with a rare, inoperable form of bone cancer called chondrosarcoma, a cancer I still have to this day.
And she thought that she couldn't get pregnant, but when she did, she said that she had to make the choice of either having the baby and having to stop her chemo or to continue with the chemo and get the abortion. In 2018, there was the tragedy at the Tree of Life Synagogue. Elizabeth actually knew some people at this Pittsburgh location, and she ended up going and cleaning up some of her friend's remains. She told the Grey's Anatomy staff that this incident caused her to have post-traumatic stress disorder, and she ended up checking herself into a mental health facility. When she was there, she went by the name of Jo, the same character that she wrote a lot for on Grey's Anatomy. The character of Jo actually went into a mental health facility after Elizabeth had left one. Elizabeth ended up meeting a woman at the facility called Jen, who was a nurse, but had been going through a very difficult time and had a very abusive husband. But Elizabeth and Jen got along and they ended up getting together and dating each other. Elizabeth also moved in with Jen and her 5 kids. This was all happening around COVID. So Elizabeth and the other writers were working on Zoom at the time. So Elizabeth was living in Kansas while still writing for the show. Elizabeth and Jen got married, and not too long after that, Elizabeth was telling Jen that she was really having a difficult time because not only was she living with cancer, but she only had one functioning kidney and she had very bad kidney stones. And also, the one functioning kidney was just not functioning well. She was in agony. And so Jen said, "That's it, let's go to the hospital," one day that the pain was really bad. And when they went to the hospital, Jen was watching the doctor examine Elizabeth and thinking, wow, she must be really tough and have a high pain threshold, because when the doctor was examining her and palpating around where you would usually feel for kidney issues, that Elizabeth wasn't really reacting. And when someone has a kidney stone and you're palpating, usually the person will have like a very physical reaction. And a lot of the time, people will like move away or scream or something, because when you have a kidney stone, it's extremely painful. Jen thought it was a little strange, but what really put the red flags up for her was when the doctor came in back to the room and locked eyes with Jen and said, "Both your kidneys look absolutely fine." And Jen thought, well, one of them's not supposed to function at all, and the other one's supposed to have kidney stones and be in agony. What's going on here? Editing Ash here again, guys. Just one thing I forgot to mention about this kidney situation is that this is what Jen was told, but the Grey's Anatomy writers' room and obviously her employers had been told that she needed a kidney transplant and that she was going to actually get one because one of her friends was going to donate for her and had like tested and been matched and everything. And her friend who was going to donate the kidney to her was her good friend from True Blood, Anna Paquin. After Jen's suspicions were aroused, she had gotten married to Elizabeth very quickly. So she decided to do a bit of a deep dive and look into the things that Elizabeth had told Jen about herself. Jen started going back over Elizabeth's social media and looking at things like this Tree of Life incident that Elizabeth was supposed to have gone to and had friends whose lives were taken at it. But what Jen found is that that day that this incident took place, Elizabeth was at a Halloween party. It was right there on Facebook. Over the next few days, Jen started digging deeper, and eventually she found more evidence that Elizabeth wasn't who she said she was. She ended up having to take Elizabeth to California to confront her because she wanted her to be away from Jen's 5 children that they were living with. So when they went to California, Jen confronted Elizabeth with everything, asked her about her cancer, asked her about the Tree of Life, asked her about her kidney, her knee cancer that she also claimed to have, asked her about the Emmy that she supposedly gave up because she didn't want to go to the ceremony and she wanted to stay with Jen when Jen was going through a hard time. And she asked her about a bunch of other things. And none of it was true. Elizabeth had lied about everything. She didn't have cancer. She didn't have kidney issues. She wasn't nominated for an Emmy. She didn't go to the Tree of Life synagogue. She didn't even know anyone from there. And she also had lied about her brother, who was a doctor, and claimed that her brother had abused her when they were kids. None of this was true. Elizabeth had also lied about so many other things that Jen later found out. She'd lied about being sexually harassed on the Vampire Diaries. She'd said that her brother had taken his own life because of the abuse he inflicted on Elizabeth, and there were so many other things. Jen ended up writing an email to Shonda Rhimes and telling her everything that she'd found out. She told her about the cancer, the abortion, the Tree of Life, her brother, her knee, her kidney, and there was even more stuff that they ended up finding out, that Elizabeth was basically going and getting people's trauma, hearing about their stories, and taking them and pretending it happened to her. That famous episode of Grey's with the women that line the corridor, Elizabeth is actually the nurse in that episode standing next to Joe. And the other part of the storyline in that episode is that the character of Joe meets her biological mother and finds out that she is the product of rape. Elizabeth had actually taken that story from one of the other Grey's writers, who that was her story. And Elizabeth took it and didn't even ask her and just wrote it into an episode, and then got all the praise in the world and picked up by all the media for telling the story of someone else. Hi guys, Editing Ash here. There is a clip that I'm just going to show you that actually has Camilla Luddington saying that she is the one who pitched the storyline for Joe.
Hey, crazy pitch. What if we change the storyline, and what if Joe is a product of rape? And I remember like refreshing my email over and over, like, and I'm fired. Like, she's gonna hate this pitch. Like, it's done. I'll be yeah. And she wrote back like 5 minutes later, and I just remember her saying, "I love this," in all caps. And I was like, yes, we're doing it. And that's kind of how this ended up happening.
And I know in the series Anatomy of Lies, at the end, they put up like a black screen and say, Camille Luddington said that she came up with the storyline and she hasn't replied when we asked her for comment. And then they have Kylie Donovan throughout the episode saying, I told the story to Elizabeth Finch. This is where she got the idea from. And Anatomy of Lies seems to present it like, oh, Camille Luddington either might be lying about it or covering for the show. But I don't think that's true based on this clip. If you watch like this whole panel, and there are a lot of other interviews and promotional things that Elizabeth Finch and Camille Luddington have done. And as I mentioned earlier, Elizabeth Finch wrote a lot for the character of Joe. So I think that they came up with this thing together, and kind of both things are true. Like, Elizabeth Finch and Camille Luddington came up with this idea for the character, and Elizabeth Finch took the idea from Kylie Donovan telling her story. But I just wanted to put that in there because I always want to give you the whole story of what's going on. And also, if you've either seen Anatomy of Lies or you're going to watch it, then you have kind of even more context around this story. And when it comes to Camille Luddington not addressing it, I don't think that that is anything sinister, because of course she's not going to address it. No one from the show will be allowed to address it. They will have been told in no uncertain terms, do not answer one question about this woman, because it is just a legal PR absolute nightmare. And there's nothing that they would be able to say that would make the situation better. Anything they would say would just make the situation worse, bring it all up again, and then there would be a ton of articles saying, Camilla Luddington finally addresses the liar Elizabeth Finch. Shondaland has basically said she doesn't work here anymore, and that's kind of all they're ever going to say. I can't imagine they would, because even Anatomy of Lies, Kylie Donovan, all these other writers, none of them work at Grace anymore. They're all former writers. And Camille Luddington and Jessica Capshaw did briefly address it on their podcast, but you will notice it was Jessica Capshaw who spoke, who is not on the show anymore, because anything on that podcast that even touches Grey's Anatomy goes through like ABC and the production and their legal and marketing and all of that stuff. So they will have absolutely been clear to that. And I think it says a lot that it was Jessica Capshaw that said it, which I will play that clip for you so you can hear it yourself.
It never occurred to me to not believe her.
And there's so many other things that were worked into the show. The character of Joe going to the mental health facility, Debbie Allen's character, Catherine Avery, the type of cancer, it's the same cancer that Elizabeth claimed to have. And there's so many other things in the show that was worked in. They found out everything Elizabeth had told them was a lie. She'd even shaved her head and was going to the bathroom and pretending to puke. She asked for extensions because she said she was too sick. She even at one stage had one of her friends driving her to the hospital every day for chemotherapy. The extent of these lies, out of control. And the thing is, she didn't technically do anything illegal. So there was really nothing the authorities could do. And of course, a big production like Grey's Anatomy, a network like ABC, they're not really going to comment too much on it. They ended up telling the writer's room, Krista Verna told everyone, I can't tell you how I know this, but Finch doesn't have cancer. And they put out a few little comments here and there. They did a whole investigation and asked her to, show that her medical records and things. But of course, she did own up to it. And she did put out an article basically saying some people drink, some people do drugs, I lie. And she has done a lot of other articles. And I did actually see, like 3 days ago, she put out a GoFundMe to try and raise money for the LA fires. And she's done so many other things. The only things that she didn't admit were lies was that the sexual harassment from someone on the Vampire Diaries and the stuff about her brother, who is alive and is a doctor in Florida. There was a ton of other stuff that she lied about. She even lied to her parents about all of this. And her mother had had breast cancer when Elizabeth was in college. Finch's wife, Jen, of course, got divorced, and she actually told her story to Vanity Fair. They did a 2-piece article about the whole story that was called Scene Stealer, The True Lies of Elizabeth Finch. There's a part 1 and a part 2. And of course, as always, they and all of the sources that I've used to make this video, every article, interview, video, they'll all be linked down below in the description box and the pinned comment. One of the last episodes that Elizabeth Finch ever wrote for Grey's Anatomy aired on March 5th, 2020. It was directed by Debbie Allen, and it was the 16th episode of the 16th season and was called Leave the Light On. The episode is the final episode for the character Alex Karev, played by Justin Chambers. Alex Karev was an absolute fan favorite, and the way he goes out is just sad. This was due to the actor abruptly leaving the show in a shroud of mystery. But before we discuss the reasons why Justin Chambers mysteriously left the show, let's discuss some other big exits, those of Sarah Ramirez, Jessica Capshaw, and Sarah Drew. Sarah Ramirez joined Grey's Anatomy as Dr. Callie Torres in a recurring role in season 2. So, with the exception of the show's first short season, they were there from pretty much the beginning of Grey's. They were up to main cast in season 3 and remained with the show through season 12. Callie was originally the love interest of Dr. Georgia O'Malley, but from season 4 onwards, her main love interest was Arizona Robbins, played by Jessica Capshaw, and their little couple ship name was Calzona. Now, as I said, I have loved Grey's since its 2005 premiere, especially the first 10 years, and at that time, there was practically no lesbian representation on TV. When I was growing up, there was little joke couples and representation like Carol and Susan on Friends. We did start to get representation like the WB show Buffy, where Willow and Tara were introduced, but that wasn't the main big networks. There was a show that came out just over a year before Grey's called The L Word that was on Showtime. So while that show was iconic and important and meant a lot to someone growing up who'd never seen themselves on TV like that, and the show then meant a lot again, as that is how I got my start on YouTube. But it wasn't a show that was on a mainstream network. It was at one point Showtime's most popular show, but it peaked at 1 million viewers. That's great, but it's nothing on Grey's Anatomy. For more about the L Word, which I absolutely love and absolutely hate, feel free to visit my original channel where I learned far too much about that show and its behind the scenes antics. Each of these videos that I do about TV shows behind the scenes, I swear they're all building to an L Word behind the scenes, because even if you don't watch that show, the stuff is so juicy that it's worth hearing. But anyway, My original channel also does have a little bit of Grey's and a bit of Station 19 with Maya and Karina, so I'll leave that link down below. So yes, we had the L Word and some other representation, but Cali in Arizona was something completely different, and having them on a huge show like Grey's was a really big deal. Well, until they got ruined anyway. I remember when Sara Ramirez was exiting the show and all of the controversy around it, because it was pretty bizarre the way it happened, and the ending to the character was horrendous. People were really angry about Callie's exit because it was written to not even be an exit. They were filming the season 12 finale at the end of April 2016, and after they finished filming the last scene, Sara posted a cryptic tweet that said, "That's a wrap for Dr. Callie Torres. Thank you all for an enriching and unforgettable roller coaster ride." That sounds like they're leaving the show, but no one, including Shonda Rhimes, the show's creator and showrunner, knew anything about this. Nothing had been announced, and there then was a slew of articles and fan speculations about whether Sara was really leaving the show, as people did know that their contract was set to expire at the end of season 12, as they'd only previously upped it for 2 years at the end of season 10, and obviously all of that came out in the press. Most people expected Sara's contract to be renewed, and 2 years ago, whenever the contract came up that time, Sara had posted a very similar cryptic tweet insinuating they were leaving the show. As I talk about in a lot of my videos, celebrities wield social media like a weapon. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're not like us that they know these tweets and anything they post is going out to a huge audience, especially someone who's on Grey's Anatomy for 10 years. They know that people are invested and watching. So when something like this is tweeted, maybe Sara wanted to tweet right as they finished that last scene the second that they did. Or maybe when they did that last time, it helped them at the negotiating table and upping the money for their contract. Because as you continue on these shows as a series regular, just like Eric Dane said, you make more and more money. And when you're talking about one of the most successful shows of all time, a literal billion-dollar show, you're talking about a lot of money. It's why the studios in the beginning will have these long contracts for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then when they're re-upping contracts, they're always 1, 2 years. Because in the beginning, when someone's signing on for a new show, the studio wants to get them as cheap as possible. So they'll lock them into a cheap deal for 5, 6, 7 years and hope that the show's going to be a hit and they can make even more money while paying the actors a little bit less. People who've been in the business know that's what's going on and they can negotiate for them, or if they have a good manager. But a lot of younger actors might not know what they're doing. When it comes to contract negotiations, obviously the most famous example is the Friends cast. They knew what they were worth, and what they did was absolute genius. They banded together and demanded that they were all seen as equals and were paid the exact same. That's pretty much unheard of. Most people in Hollywood, especially actors that are on huge shows like Friends and Grey's, it's all a thing of, I want to be number one on the call sheet. I want to be higher than this person. I want to make more than this person. So they're always looking for bits of leverage. The Friends cast banding all together, that was power too, because it's the 6 of them. If one of them goes or one of them doesn't get what the others do, then they all go. So doing this sort of thing, tweeting to get possibly a fan reaction, can work. Maybe it worked for Sara last time. Going directly to the network and asking for more money, what Ellen Pompeo did, that can work too. And we'll discuss more about Ellen Pompeo in a minute. Also, banding together like the Friends cast obviously works. But sometimes these things can backfire in their face. To use the L Word as an example, they did actually all band together at one point, and it worked out for some of them, but not all of them. This story about what actually happened with the L Word cast happened in 2005, but it didn't come out in 2023 when one of my friends, Jess Rothschild, who has the Hot Takes and Deep Dives podcast, her and I found out about it and then spoke about it on one of my lives. When the L Word started on Showtime, Jennifer Beals was the biggest star. People told her not to do the show actually at the time and said if she played a lesbian, she'd never work again. So because she was taking on this big risk and was the lead of the show, she got a very big salary. They went with a mostly unknown cast for the rest of the cast, and although there were some people that were unknown but had connections, like Kate Manning, who was Gwyneth Paltrow's cousin, and also the cousin of Rebecca Newman, who's Adam Newman's wife from WeWork. I have a couple of videos about WeWork if you're interested in that too. And Kate and the rest of the cast, they were pretty unknown. So when it came time to re-up their contracts, Jennifer Beals suggested to them, even though she had a different deal, she said to the younger cast, who were all pretty equal, that they, for season 3, should all band together and demand that they get a raise and it's equal for everyone. But when they went to the network saw this as aggressive, and they knew that they couldn't lose all of them, so they gave them the raises. But the network didn't want them to think that they were the ones in charge. So while they did get the money, there was a stipulation that one of them had to be fired to make up for the losses. So they killed off one of the leads in an out of nowhere storyline where over the course of a few episodes, they're diagnosed with breast cancer and pass away very quickly. It's still one of the most controversial storylines and the one that the showrunner regrets. So these things can backfire. It's unclear whether that's what happened with Sarah Ramirez or whether they were just done with the show. They could have possibly wanted more money, as I said, and they just didn't get that offer. When Sarah has spoken about the show in recent years, they did talk about it being their decision and wanting out. But Grey's Anatomy's NDAs are pretty ironclad, and if it was about them not getting the increase that they wanted, they're obviously not going to say that. If they did want to leave, maybe it was the case of asking for a higher figure and thinking, well, if I get this big amount, it'll be worth staying on because it will be really worth it. But if they don't give it to me, I'm done anyway. It's no skin off my nose, especially as it seemed they weren't a fan of what was going on with their character. And I can't say I blame them for that because I wasn't either. If I had to place a bet, that's probably what I think it was. Let me put this crazy number on the table. If they take it, I'll push through for 2 years. But if not, it's cool. I'm out. I'm kind of done anyway. Because Grey's Anatomy, they were on it for 10 years. 10 years of wild money. Because Grey's is a 22 to 24 episodes a year show. But also with Grey's Anatomy, they will be making even more money than the per episode money for syndication rights, streaming, and international rights. Shows nowadays, I mean, most of them don't have these huge episode counts. Even shows that are successful, they don't go to 100 episodes, which is what you usually have to get to for syndication. That's why it's such a big deal, because that is the mark of, okay, we can sell it to syndication. And streaming, there isn't really residuals. I mean, that was what the whole strike was about. And it just isn't the same anymore. Shows like Friends and ER and even up to The Office, those shows, if you get one good show like that, Leah Remini has spoken about this for the King of Queens. You get one good show that you're on for a good amount of years, that sets you up for life. But Grey's Anatomy, it's a different beast. I cannot imagine the money that they get. Even writers, I know someone who was a writer on Grey's Anatomy, and they were telling me that you might get 40 or 50K for your script, but you're looking at like 200 to 250K from the episode syndication and streaming and all of those things. So for a month, no one knew, is Callie leaving the show or not? And the episodes, as they get closer to the end of the season, there's really not a huge gap between what they're filming and what's airing. So a lot of people were thinking, how's this going to wrap up? There doesn't seem to be a lot of time. And a lot of people were hoping that Callie and Arizona would get back together. But instead, the Grey's Anatomy season 12 finale aired, and Sarah tweeted out, "I'm deeply grateful for spending the last 10 years with my family at Grey's Anatomy and ABC, but for now, I'm taking some welcome time off. Shonda has been incredible to work for, and we will definitely continue our conversations. I send my love to Ellen, the rest of the cast and crew, and I look forward to always being a part of the Shondaland family." When Sarah has spoken about their time on Grey's over the last 10 years since they left, they talk about it not being the happiest of times. There was a chance for the character of Callie to get a proper wrap up 2 years later at the end of season 14, when Jessica Capshaw's character